A new season of Game Night Live brings a new beginning at Greenbrier as Sean Tiernan tries to turn around his alma mater.
Biggest thing is just creating a culture where you just don't give up. No matter what the score is, we're just going out, we're competing every single day and not ever giving up.
Coaching his alma mater for a 6th season at Harlem is Mark Boyder, whose Bulldogs seek a 4th straight trip to the playoffs for the first time in school history.
So I know that our guys are anxious to hit on somebody else instead of hitting on each other, and we talk about that a lot. You know, I mean, that's why you practice. You practice to playing games. And so, you know, as long as we prepare well, as long as they get a great week of preparation, they'll feel good about Friday nights.
A Columbia County showdown on Game Night Live.
Welcome to Game Night Live. WJBF Sports presents local high school football live in your living room each Friday night. Game Night Live is powered by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And now, your hosts, John Hart and Ashley Brown.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Football is back in the CSRA, and we begin the 14th season of WJBF Game Night Live with a Columbia County showdown between the Greenbrier Wolfpack and the Harlem Bulldogs. Hello again, everybody. John Hart, joined once again by the area's foremost expert on high school sports, Ashley Brown, our statistician, Nathan Edwards. And guys, I don't think it's hyperbole to say we start looking forward to this night pretty much as soon as Border Bowl ends every January.
Absolutely. We count down the days, and we're so excited to get the season going. We got a packed house tonight. They're ready to get the Coach Tiernan era started here.
Yeah, we have a text group that we go through during the offseason, and we literally count down the weeks and months. And this is an interesting matchup, AB, because you have a Greenbrier team that has struggled the last 2 seasons. Harlem has kind of become the Columbia County power, but both teams with big shoes to fill this year.
Yeah, exactly. Harlem lost everything. Quarterback Ethan Evangelista and his brother, who was their top receiver. They lost their number 2 receiver. They've got to replace some people. Greenbrier, like you mentioned, they're 1-21 in their last 22 games, and they've lost 3 straight to Harlem. It's a little different, though. New excitement, a new head coach in Sean Tiernan. Harlem, like you said, trying to stay top dog in the county. This should be a really tight matchup.
And you can feel the excitement here at the Wolf Den as both sides are packed to the gills. And that will bring us to our keys to the game, maybe.
Yeah, let's take a look, and we will start with the Harlem Bulldogs, the visitors. Their keys to the game. Harlem has got to do they got to do a few things tonight, but one of them is they got to play clean football. No turnovers, a new quarterback in place, no penalties. They've got to really limit that. And also pressure, stop Coltrup, make Greenbrier throw the football. For Greenbrier, what they've got to do tonight, if they're going to get these fans a win, they got to use Coltrup to open the passing game. Braden, Stevens, their quarterback's a year older. Got a little experience now. They've got to do that. And then also for Harlem, Harlem has put pressure on that young quarterback who's taken over for Evangelista, who was so good last year for the Bulldogs.
Captains are at midfield. Time for the coin toss.
The U.S. That's a head. That side's a tail. That's a tail. That side's a head. I'm going to let it hit the ground. What do you call it?
Heads.
Heads. It came up a tail. You want to choose now and you want the ball? Okay, which goal do y'all want?
Defer to scoreboard.
You want to defend the scoreboard and kick it that way, right?
Yes,
turn your back to your goal. You guys turn your back to your goal. Whoa, 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 not too far. Greenbrier won the toss and they'll get it over here. All right, here we go. Let's have a good night.
Hey, it's the first game of the season, even the coin toss. You need a little bit of instruction from the officials, but we're good to go. Greenbrier wins the toss. The Wolfpack will receive. Game Night Live, Season 14 begins next. Back at the Wolf Den in Evans, Georgia on the campus of Greenbrier High School. And I'm telling you what, it does not get much better than this for a high school football game. In the middle of August, a kickoff time temperature of 88 degrees, a feels like of 92. I mean, that's hot, AB, but
not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, we were here for our dress rehearsal for Game Night Live a week ago, and the feels like was about 217 degrees. So this is much, much better, and we are ready to go.
Yeah, gorgeous night for football, and it should be a good one. Two Columbia County foes. All-time series, Greenbrier leads 7-3, but Harlem has won the last 3.
Yeah, 11th meeting all time, and Harlem won. You mentioned they've won 3 straight in the series. 33-14 was the final score between these two last year.
Yeah, Greenbrier, rough year a year ago. The last couple of years, really 3 years have been really tough for Greenbrier, especially the last 2.
Will Holder, toe to leather, and we're underway in the 2014 season with a touchback.
Will Holder, that famous name, a 2-time state baseball champion. His dad, Rodney Holder, is the athletic director at Harlem. Will is a commit to play baseball at Georgia Southern, and he'll punt and kick for Harlem.
And the Wolfpack will start from their own 20-yard line.
We get a chance to see this new revamped offense. Sean Tiernan, the new Greenbrier head coach, was a Greenbrier athlete back in the day.
Speaking of baseball.
Yeah, and he's coached at some great schools, Burke County, most notably Thompson, though, where he was the offensive coordinator on their 2022 state title team.
So the offensive guru returns to his alma mater, and the first play from scrimmage. A gain of about 2 before the Bulldogs stiffen their neck. Braden Stevens is the quarterback for Greenbrier this year. Threw for 870 yards and 6 TDs last year. The interceptions were a bit of a bugaboo for him, 7 picks last year. But I'll tell you, again, we were here last week, and he looked about as crisp as you can look in a scrimmage game against ARC.
Well, he's definitely gained some size. I mean, he looks taller, he looks thicker, and they've got a couple of good young running backs. There's one of them. No, they fake it to Bjorkman, and he
and
keeps
it's
it.
Stevens. Stevens with a big gain across the 40. And a first down up to the 46-yard line.
Well, they faked it to the young sophomore Bjorkman, who a lot of people are high on, and Stevens able to take it for a big gainer along the right side. Good blocking up front by Greenbrier. He just got a little crease there and was able to slip outside for a big gainer.
Welcome Busby's back as our instant replay sponsor this year, so a big first down for the Wolfpack. A lot of excitement at Greenbrier this year. Now Stevens will throw. And incomplete into double coverage. And that pass was intended for Craig Johnson, a senior wide receiver.
One thing I would do if I'm Greenbrier is I would stay away from number 5, Ronald Oliver, when I'm throwing the football. He's one of their top returnees, one of their leaders. He's been a 3-year starter. And that ball was a little too close to his body for my comfort, because Oliver can certainly take it away.
One thing to note on the Greenbrier, the Harlem side of the football, is Baylor Davis, the senior linebacker, is not on the field. He's on the injured list for the Bulldogs tonight, and that could be a big factor in this game.
Oh, their best returning player by far, 129 tackles a year ago.
This is complete to Ryan Claiborne, fighting his way, still on his feet, into Harlem territory. And forward progress to the 39-yard line.
Well, great job there by the little receiver Claiborne, who returns from a year ago. Watch him here hold on to the football, because Harlem, they were doing what they're supposed to do. You got a guy standing up, you try to rip that football out. But because they tried to rip the ball, he's able to pick up more yardage, and he did a great job holding on to the rock.
So already this Greenbrier offense looking very, very different from what we've seen over the last couple of seasons. Again, it's Claiborne. Claiborne showing speed and agility. Claiborne, one man to beat. And a touchdown saving tackle made by Ronald Oliver. But it'll be 1st and goal, Wolfpack.
Well, you talk about what a difference a year makes. This team looking really good.
And we welcome the Hawk Law Group as our first down sponsor this year. And there have already been 3 on this drive for the Wolfpack. And again, something we noticed last week, a very balanced offense. They can throw, they can run,
Well, look, everybody wants to win, but this Greenbrier fan base, they came so close so many times last year. They only won one game. They really are hungry for a victory, a meaningful victory, and they'd love to get it tonight. Here's Bjorkman.
Back into the in-motion red zone, and Bjorkman stopped at the line, and Bjorkman was also very, I hate to keep bringing up last week, but they were just that impressive against ARC, shutting out the Musketeers, and Bjorkman had a huge game.
The reason I like that when you sent that score, I was like, wow, ARC scored 4 times on Evans. So the fact that they shut them out, and by the way, they shut out Westside too. They did not give up a point in either scrimmage game. And interestingly enough, this series, this impressive drive, they've done it without their best offensive weapon, Cole Trupp, who has not carried the football yet.
And he's a force on both sides of the football for Greenbrier.
Sure is.
Number 22 when he gets into the game.
Yeah, Bjorkman unable to get anywhere that time.
So Harlem stiffening its neck here inside the 10.
Yeah, for Harlem that time on the tackle was Levi Rickerson. That Rickerson name here at Harlem, they've had John Rickerson used to be a great player here at Harlem.
By the way, you know I'm not a huge fan of the turf, but boy, it's pretty.
It looks good. That's what
it looks. It looks
I know
really
you love
good
the natural grass, but it does look good.
Well, this is one of those fields, and I think Lakeside and a couple of other Columbia County fields fall under this category. Turf works here because it would stay wet for weeks after a rainfall. As Stevens brought down just shy, and this will be an interesting call.
Well, I was going to say, Harlem is very lucky it wasn't a penalty because they came close. I don't know if they got the face mask, but they came very close to it as they ripped his helmet off, the quarterback, Stevens. And it looks like Greenbrier's not even thinking about it. They're going to kick the football.
Which, you know, I understand this call. Yeah. What this team's been through the last couple of years, get some points on the board.
This great drive, you don't want to come away with nothing. It would. How does it affect these young kids mentally? So they are going to kick it.
Lavon Simon, the new kicker for Greenbrier this year, junior. This will be a 20-yarder. And there you go. Wolfpack with points on the board, up 3-0.
Well, real quick, I think if you're Harlem, you're glad you came away with just 3, how that drive went.
Wolfpack began, or strike first, I should say, 3-0 with 8:14 to play in the opening quarter of the 2014 season.
Now we'll get a chance to see the new look Harlem offense with Brent Coleman taking over at quarterback, Ethan Evangelista graduating.
And Venturius Holcomb on the return. Had a head of steam, but dragged back, and good coverage on special teams by the Wolfpack.
Well, one thing you can say about Greenbrier, even when they struggled, in the years they struggled, their defense kept them in a lot of games. You know, they were some ugly games, 14-10 losses and 14-13, because their defense always came to play. They do have to replace a couple of their key guys this year. But Cole Trupp, they've got the leader over there for sure, number 22 at linebacker.
So Coleman in trouble out of the gate, and now it's the Wolfpack defense. Michael Van Meter, I believe, was the first man in.
Well, one of the keys to the game, put pressure on the Harlem quarterback. He helped him out there by dropping the snap, and then they were able to get all over him. And you're right, in there that time, number 40. Oh, actually, it was Elijah Chavez who got in there first, number 40. And big play there by Chavez and the Greenbrier defense.
And Chavez, the team leader in sacks a year ago with 3, off to a good start in 2014. Now to the air go the Wolfpack and get back close to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, I give a lot of effort on the block there from number 19 for Harlem. That is Austin Walden. He might have got away with a hold, but we're not going to worry about it. It wasn't called.
Harlem, coached by Mark Boyder, 24-20 in his 5th season, has taken this team to the playoffs 3 straight years. The 2022 Region Championship. He is a 2026, we're not there yet. 2006 Harlem grad. Really has revamped this Harlem team.
Yeah, they've become one of the better programs, not just in football, but in all sports in the area.
And again, great coverage and a lot of green shirts there to prevent the first down. And it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, I believe the first man to get there was number 25, Malachi Martin. And good job by this Greenbrier defense of forcing a 3 and out. And you look at, boy, what closing speed there by Martin. Good job to wrap him up and let his teammates come help out.
So Harlem's first drive, a net gain of 3.
Now Will Holder is on to punt it. He's not going to try a fake here, but keep in mind we saw last year, even with a broken rib,
at Midland Valley,
he threw a touchdown on a fake punt in that wild game, 42-35, Midland Valley knocking off Harlem last year.
Little do we know that was not the best game we were going to see at Midland Valley last year.
Well,
it was the best game you saw.
All you had to do was get rid of me. And, you know.
How about this on the return? Ryan Claiborne into Harlem territory. They'll set up at the 45.
Claiborne is slippery, man. Last year they had, they graduated their best receiver from a year ago, did Greenbrier. Claiborne was kind of the number 2 or 3 guy. Vernon Guyton was the top guy. But watch this, he's making people miss. That's like the 3rd time tonight he's, broken a tackle where they should have had him.
Well, look, this is a Greenbrier program that is 5-25 over the last 3 seasons. Only 1 win since October of 2021. And you can just feel in the stands, on the sidelines, they are hungry for something.
They are. And, and again, a lot of the games, too, are close losses, which makes it even more agonizing. They wanted one, late in the year. They were hoping they'd get one so bad for the
I can't believe they didn't get it. Sorry, AB. I can't believe they didn't get a illegal. Too many men on the field. They broke the huddle with 12 and one ran off.
There is a flag.
There's a flag on the far side.
They called it on the defense, though.
Oh, did they? Okay. Nathan is the best in the country at calling it, knowing what the penalties are and calling them.
That's why they pay him the big bucks.
That's right.
So that'll get him to the 42.
Greenbrier off to a great start, but again, it's only 3-0. Harlem is not. Oh, and there's movement up front by Harlem after Trupp went in motion. Greenbrier hasn't had to do anything. They've already picked up a couple of penalties on the defense.
This will, I believe, that's going to give them a 1st down. So 1st and 10, Wolfpack from the 42-yard line of Harlem. And this is Brennan Bjorkman, who had such a big game last week, and you could see why. Running free inside the 10 and in to the end zone. Wow.
Wow, what a run. 32 yards for Bjorkman. You sung his praises in our text thread saying this guy was really good, and man, what a run by the 10th grader. Playing in his first varsity, getting his first varsity start, and he gets a long touchdown.
Brennan Bjorkman, 32-yard touchdown strike, and the Wolfpack lead it 9-0.
Well, these fans have to be loving this. They were excited about getting Sean Tiernan, but again, they still knew the cupboard wasn't exactly full here at Greenbrier, but what a start for them against this Harlem team that, again, has been right there at the top in the county for the last few years.
And Simon with an extra point, and just like that, 10-0. Wolfpack, 5:43 left in the 1st. We mentioned the excitement here at Greenbrier. Even in the worst of seasons, they always have a great student section here. Tonight is Cowboy theme night, we think.
Well, with cowboy hats, with camouflage.
There's a brown in there somewhere.
Yeah, AB should know what the theme is.
She's out there somewhere.
With George Escala.
She would be mortified if we showed her on camera and I showed her. She would be mortified.
Well, we definitely have to do it now.
Yeah, that's got to happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm all for it. That's my job as a dad, is to make her mortified.
What a start for Greenbrier. 10-0, 5:43 to go in the 1st. Now let's see how Harlem answers now. And Holcomb, flag down. What do you got, Nathan?
Yeah, it looks like some kind of hold. Definitely Harlem's going to really be backed up here.
Second straight time they're backed up to start things.
Gives a chance to give you your coaches matchup.
Yeah, let's take a look at the 2 coaches. Of course, the home team is the Greenbrier Wolfpack. Their head coach, Sean Tiernan, in his first season has gained notoriety as the offensive coordinator at Thompson in their state title run in 2022. But he also was a former Greenbrier Wolfpack, graduated from 2000.
5
Great
on the
high school
return
athlete,
team.
especially in
First
baseball.
down.
Was also an assistant at Burke. And for Mark Boyder, he also is a grad from the school he's coaching for, Harlem. In 2006, he was a great offensive lineman. Is in his 6th season at Harlem in 3 straight playoff runs, and they won the region title in 2022.
And also is our head coach for Team Georgia for Border Bowl 12 coming up in January. But right now, got to be pulling his hair out with these penalties that Harlem on both sides.
Yeah, I said 6th. He's actually in his 5th. 24 and 20 overall for Boyder. He has done a great job here because keep in mind, I think they went 2-8 his first year. So if you throw that year out, he's 22 and 12 since then. And they've got another quarterback in. Nathan good eye there spotting that, a different quarterback in this possession for Harlem.
And that is Giovanni Arroyo, who actually was their leading returning passer with 187 yards and a couple of scores a year ago.
And he'll take over for Coleman, who started the game. And now that's a familiar name, at least finally there for Harlem, as they've had to replace a lot. Running the football that time was number 20, Malik Tyler, their leading returning rusher. Well, I say that, their leading returning running back. Evangelista led them in both passing and running a year ago.
They makes it 3rd and short. And I believe he's got the first down. Yeah, he
Yeah,
does by
yeah.
about a yard. So for the first time tonight, the Bulldogs move the chains.
Yeah, first down of the night against this Greenbrier defense. We mentioned they're led by number 22. You see him there on the left of your screen. That is Cole Trupp. That's a Hawk Law Group first down for the Bulldogs.
Now, this is a Bulldog offense. Again, Mark Boyder has really made his mark on offense. Averaged 33 points a game a year ago, but replacing so many players. And trying to get to the edge is Howard Dye. Excuse me, that was Jordan Lott.
You
but
know,
couldn't quite get there.
last year Harlem threw it way more than they would have liked to. They're a running team normally. They've had so many good running backs in recent memory. But last year, Coach Boyder felt like they had to throw the ball a lot more than they really would have liked to. And he'd love to get back to being able to run the ball, but so far tonight, not a whole lot going on in the running game.
Giving it a shot here with Arroyo, who'll pick up the first down. So you were saying, AB?
Well, yeah, right on cue. Arroyo dives for the first down. That's 2 first downs for him now since he's come in this game replacing Brent Coleman.
Yeah, it looked to be some kind of busted play there. He was trying to throw the ball, but there was no receiver running any route. I don't know if it was a mix-up, but it's supposed to be an RPO of some kind.
Pickup of 7 and the first down.
Well, this is good for Harlem. You know, keep their defense off the field, move the football. Obviously, you want points, but at least flip the field a little bit here. Another
Arroyo again on the keeper for 5 more.
Yeah, another nice run as Greenbrier's having a hard time stopping Arroyo. This pack offense, they're missing their leading tackler from a year ago, Chris Chappell. His younger brother Aiden is in there, but Chris Chappell graduating a year ago. Also Nolan Panzella, another really talented player who was in the top 3 on the team in tackles.
And we talked about Ethan Evangelista, 2,000 yards passing last year, 24 touchdowns, 690 on the ground, 12 touchdowns worth, 36 touchdowns you're trying to replace on offense. That's tough to do, but this second drive looks a lot more crisp than the first down. And we've got some fisticuffs out around the 38 and a flag flies.
Yeah, no need in all that. I mean, I know these are rivals, and I know you've been itching to play somebody else, but you got to keep your head. That's what I asked one of the coaches. You guys have to be ready to just go play somebody else. You know, and I know the scrimmages are one thing, but you practice and practice and practice, and then this heat, and then you just
After
want
the
to
play,
take it out on somebody.
unsportsmanlike against the defense.
It was against Greenbrier.
Well, and that's in our opening
First
segment.
down.
Mark Boyder touched on that, saying, you know, they're ready to go hit somebody else, but you have to be not quite over ready to hit somebody else, which can be hard on opening night. And that's a big break for Harlem.
Well,
a gift from the Wolfpack.
They've already flipped the field with the 3 first downs and you know, or the 2 first downs and then the nice run and now the penalty. They've already flipped the field on Greenbrier a little bit, which they definitely needed to do.
Inside 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter of the 2014 football season.
Yeah, exciting year this year. That Game Night Live schedule when it came out, man, so many good matchups, so many good games. There are a ton of great players to watch this year. Excited about it. And, of course, this one, a great matchup that we were really anticipating seeing Sean Tiernan's first game. And, of course, Harlem saying, well, wait now, we've beat them 3 times in a row, and we've really been, if not the best team in Columbia County, right at the top.
Yeah, 7 straight Greenbrier wins to start this series.
Yeah.
They first met back in 1998, I believe.
Yeah, then they didn't play. They went a couple of different stretches without playing, which I hate. They're so, close together.
And both of these teams, it's this week and next week, and then region play begins.
Yeah.
So not a lot of time to get in midseason form. Arroyo just doing what he does, another 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, and this is the kind of offense Mark Boyer would definitely rather run. At the end of the year last year, they were having to throw, sometimes 25 and 30 times in some games, and he would much rather control the clock, run the football, don't turn it over, make the other team make more mistakes than you.
They'll give him 6.
I love they're sending in the plays with, I guess, Y, zebra, pony, who knows what it is, but one of those is the play. You're going to crank up the play or, be the first thing to start the play.
I think it means bunt and get the runner going.
Yeah. And you keep doing what you're doing on this drive is what it means.
Yeah. Keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
And they are going to now. Arroyo fakes the run this time, throws over the middle. It is complete. Rod Anderson with another Bulldog first down to the 40-yard, 35-yard line.
I love when teams try to go to the middle of the field. It's a little more dangerous. There was into a little bit of traffic, but he found his man, and it's another nice pickup for the Bulldogs. Great drive for Harlem so far. And hold everything.
Legal man downfield.
Yeah.
Well,
On the offense, we'll replay first down.
so forget everything we just said.
Well, I said, again, key to the game. You're going to have some penalties first game. You got to limit them and no turnovers. And right now, Harlem, they haven't made a turnover, although they did drop a snap that hurt them pretty bad on that first series. Boy, good catch in traffic there.
But all for naught. Other than the unsportsmanlike against Greenbrier, the penalties have mostly gone against Harlem tonight.
Yeah, pretty clean game by Greenbrier, you're right, other than that one.
So make it 2nd and 9 from the 45 of Greenbrier, 49 I should say of Greenbrier. And back in at quarterback is Brent Coleman, and Coleman will keep this time, and he'll be close to another first down.
He gave it to Tyler, I believe, on the run.
Oh, he fooled me.
Yeah, he did. Fooled me. Oh, it fooled me too. But Tyler had the ball. But you're right. They snuck Coleman back in there, and he gave it to Tyler, and Tyler picks up nice yardage to set up 3rd and short. So what Greenbrier does, and they're not kind of packing it in.
3rd and manageable. Try to draw the pack off.
They did.
And they did. It worked.
Yeah, you can't make those mistakes in that spot.
Just as we were praising how disciplined Greenbrier's been in this game.
Yeah. Well, that was, again, you just can't do that. Number 37 for Greenbrier that time. That's Aiden Chappell. He is the younger brother of Chris Chappell I mentioned a moment ago, who led this team in tackles last season. So Harlem
Bulldog drive continues.
Yeah, benefiting from a couple of penalties and some nice runs by their backup quarterback. And they tried a trick play, and the ball's on the ground.
They tried a trick play, and let's see who has it.
I think Harlem got it back.
Whew.
They got lucky to get it back. Tyler, they handed it to Tyler, and he was going to pitch it back to Coleman for a trick play, a little flea flicker. But you'll see here, luckily one of the linemen from Harlem right there dove on the football and got it.
And I think the ball just slipped out of his hand when he was turning around to
pitch it back. Yeah.
I don't think anybody hit it.
Well, that hurts him, though. It's going to be second
long.
and 15 now. Here comes Tyler. Boy, great job by Trupp tracking him down from behind there.
He was the leading tackler on this Greenbrier team a year ago. And that will be the final snap of the opening quarter of the 2014 season. Impressive opening quarter for Greenbrier, but the Bulldogs ended on the march, and we head to the second. Greenbrier 10, Harlem nothing. (10-0). Greenbrier leads Harlem Bulldogs, facing a 3rd and 12 from the Greenbrier 38. And Arroyo back in at QB, and that's going to go over everybody.
Could have been offensive pass interference.
Greenbrier
there.
wanted an offensive pass interference, but none forthcoming, and it'll be more than likely a kicking situation.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and sneak in the QBs by the quarter, John. So definitely Arroyo is now 0 of 1 throwing the ball. He does have 4 rushes for 21 yards. Coleman's 2 of 2 for 8 yards for Harlem. And then on the Greenbrier side, Stevens was 1 of 2 for 14 yards and added 32 yards on the ground.
And it looked for a second like Mark Boyder at this part on the field thought about going for it, but instead Will Holder will come in and kick it away.
Try to pin him back. You know, he's scared to give this Greenbrier offense the ball again after this punt. We're going to tell you a little message from our friends from McDonald's.
Claiborne has been slippery.
Oh, yeah.
Back to receive for Greenbrier.
Actually have time now, so let's tell you, McDonald's, if you didn't know, offers flexible hours, above average pay, and other great benefits. It's America's best first job. As 1 in 8 Americans has worked at McDonald's. Learn more about potential opportunities at your local restaurant. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
That's an amazing stat.
1 of 8?
1 of 8.
It's crazy. Get my daughter a job. That's what I want to do. McDonald's. Get put her to work.
Including the vice president, according to her latest campaign ad. Claiborne calls for fair catch, and so the Pack will have it at the 20. There was a penalty against Harlem that backed him up another 5 yards.
Greenbrier offense, 2 for 2, a field goal and a touchdown their first 2 possessions. Let's see what they do on possession number 3 here. Off to a great start against Harlem. There you see Sean Tiernan, he's to the right. He's the one without the hat.
And his Thompson offense is averaged 34 points a game over the 6 years he was there. That team averaged at least 9 wins a season his entire time there. 2 region championships and, of course, that 2022 state championship.
I mean, that team, unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, that's really kind of the reason, I mean, they're so excited here because under Kramer, they really struggled offensively. They had 5 of the 9 seasons. They didn't even average scoring over 14 points, and 3 of them they were under 10 points averaging.
Bjorkman with the long touchdown run on the last drive. Go back to him here, and not so much.
Well, he would love to have a John Tavis Curry come to Greenbrier.
Who wouldn't?
One of the best ever, man. I don't know. We've probably maybe seen better players. I don't know. Better stat, whatever. I don't know that we ever or will ever see another playoff run like he had in those 5 games in the 2022 playoffs.
And there's nothing more demoralizing as a team if you're already struggling and you can't put any points on the board.
4-yard loss on first down. And Stevens flushed out, will roll, and
yeah, he just hurried the throw. It was low and incomplete. Yeah. And that's in that situation, again, he's getting experience. You got to set your feet and make the throw. And there he was just trying to hurry and get rid of it. You might take a hit, but you got to set those feet and put the ball on the money there. He had an open receiver. It was Brendan Bjorkman who had the long touchdown run earlier, 37 yards out.
Easy for us to say take a hit up here.
Well, yeah, of course. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to run out of bounds. I might throw the ball at the defensive guy. What are you talking about?
Do as I say, not as I do.
Matter of fact, I'd run right over there. There's concession stand right there. You kidding? That close?
Well, we learned last week that nachos here are $3. Sort of an inside story. So a timeout on the field with 11:06 to play here in the first half. And we'll take timeout with them. 10-0, Greenbrier over Harlem. Look at that student section here at the Wolf Den, courtesy of Payne College Lions. Welcome back to Payne College, sponsoring Game Night Live this year, and it is a rowdy bunch. And so far, it has been all Greenbrier, but Harlem's going to get the stop on 3rd and 14 and a loss on the play.
Yeah, great job out of the Harlem defense.
Yeah, good stand for Harlem.
They set up a little wide receiver screen to Claiborne, but Harlem was swarming around. And that's what Harlem's known for. I talked to Coach Boyder, had him on the show the radio side this week, and that's what he talked about. Every time I'd go see Harlem, they always had these guys who were all 5'11", 175 pounds and would fly around the field. And that's what he's hoping he would get from this year's team. He's got a few leaders over there. One of them is right there in the center of the screen, number 5, Ronald Oliver. but they are missing their best player, and that's Baylor Davis, one of the best players in the area this year, who's not playing tonight because of injury. Great field position.
Good bounce for Greenbrier, but great field position for Harlem. They'll take over at they'll sit it down right at the 45-yard line.
Are we all in agreement on that? 45?
That's it.
Yes.
I'm gonna write it down.
Spirited debate earlier about the long touchdown.
I'm going to go with Nathan. we all had a different yard line they started from. I'm going to go with Nathan's, though. I think he was probably right.
If you're Harlem, you got to get on the board here with this field position.
Nathan's cheating, though. He's actually looking at the scoreboard. I was just trying to look at the field. Obviously, I missed.
And on first down, it is Tyler again. He had a good year last year, 581 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a backup role. And now he steps into that starter's position, picks up 2 on first down.
Well, over the last several years, they've had guys like Cam Garnett and A.J. Brown, who went to ETSU and Georgia Southern, respectively. They've had some good runners. Kevin Williams, another good one.
Been no shortage of running backs for the Bulldogs, but this time they'll throw, and it'll be complete to Oliver, who AB was just talking about, and he'll be just shy, about a yard shy. We'll call it third. And they're going to say about 3 yards shy, but third and manageable for the Bulldogs.
Hearing a score from around the area, well, that Evans is up early on Thompson, 7-6.
Barrett Davis didn't want to show anything in the preseason.
Apparently not.
Again, firing, completing, and first down yardage for the Bulldogs.
Well, Harlem would love to get some points here. Get right back in this thing.
They got Churius Holcomb on the receiving end.
You don't want to waste that great field position they got. They're starting to show they can move the football. And if you're Greenbrier, you give up a score here and you start to feel like, okay, we gave them our punch and they're still there.
From 35, you needed 3, got 3.
Coleman is in there at quarterback.
Trips on the near side for Harlem, but instead it's going to go right up the gut. Jordan Lott with a big gain of 9.
Boy, ahead of steam. I think it was Bjorkman who came up and tried to make the tackle. Let's see here. Watch this collision. Oh, man. Yeah, Brennan Bjorkman, the sophomore. We're going to remember that one tomorrow.
Hey, he stood in there and took it, or it was a touchdown.
He did. You're right. Oh, no, he's a heck of a player. He had the long touchdown earlier for Greenbrier.
Now Coleman will keep. He'll have the first down. He'll have more. Coleman. Ooh. Collision at the goal line. Ball is out. Is it a touchdown or a touchback?
Oh, wait. Yeah, he fumbled it.
It's a touchback. What a turn of events.
Yeah, I mean, the Greenbrier guy had it on the ground briefly. Let's watch the replay. He got hit before he went in, right there. The ball is out. The Greenbrier player has it, and then he took it away. That's a tough one.
But did it come out when he hit the ground in the end zone?
I don't know. Let's see if we can back it up and see where the ball
coming out.
Right? A reminder,
yeah, it's coming out.
They don't have the benefit of this replay on the field.
Yeah, it's already coming out. Was he across the goal line? That's a tough call.
That is a tough one.
Wow.
He had the ball, but it was bouncing around. They're going to give him this.
Don't know how he's down it.
So they're going to call it first and goal at the 1.
That was their way of getting away from having to make that
wow.
call.
And so it's going to end up being a touchdown either way for Harlem. Yeah. So they didn't call it a touchback. Jordan Lott gets the touchdown for Harlem. So all's well that ends well for the Bulldogs, but wow.
Well, I think Harlem might have found him a running back. Obviously they got Tyler, the little guy, but man, Lott packs a punch. So let's see. This is going to be a real interesting, next possession for Greenbrier. They scored on their first 2. They haven't been able to score on the last couple, but they've also now, Harlem's back in this game.
And you can get mad at the referee there because he didn't make an instant call. We watched the replay 2 times,
tough.
and we still couldn't figure out what happened.
That was an impossible one because you got 3 or 4 things to watch for.
Yeah.
Where did he get stopped? Did he cross the plane? Where did the ball come out? Then did the Greenbrier player have it long enough? I don't think he did. And then the Harlem player recovered it after that.
And then you're also having a Harlem player pushed right in his face, and he had to get out of the way of.
Yeah, that was a really tough call.
And in the midst of all of that, a missed extra point. So Greenbrier leads 10-6 now with 7:52 left to play in the first half. And not only is this the season debut of Game Night Live, that also means the return of football Friday night tonight at 11:35 over on WJBF NewsChannel 6. The area's only 30-minute high school football highlight show.
And it's all Georgia tonight.
It's all Georgia. This is week 0, as they call it. There you see. Tonight at 11:35, join Kira Goldstein, Graham Lee, and Mike O'Neill as they take you through week 0 in Georgia. Look ahead to next week in South Carolina.
Yeah, the South Carolina schools have, some of them have their jamboree and scrimmages and things like that tonight.
Big one in Aiken County tonight.
Which is crazy because we've done games for so long. South Carolina used to always
start
first, and Georgia was always a week late.
Yeah, South Carolina's gone to that year-round schooling, so.
Well, with the new playoff format in Georgia,
that's
we're playing almost to the new year.
Greenbrier short a player. Looks like where they thought they were.
I really think mentally for Greenbrier, this is a huge possession.
Well, they're going to have some decent field position.
Yeah, nice run back.
The cowbells are out at the Wolf Den.
And that was number 21 for Greenbrier on the return, Elijah Harris, a junior.
And we're saying that a lot tonight. Junior, sophomore.
Yeah, young guys for sure. I like what he did, though. He just caught the ball and ran straight ahead. Not trying to do anything fancy. You're a young player. You can really impress your coach by doing that right there.
High school football has not adopted the new NFL kickoff rule.
No.
What do you think of that?
Nah, not a fan.
It looks weird if nothing else.
Change is tough, and that one's real tough to me.
They haven't adopted the touchback at the 25 of college either.
Yeah. All right, big possession here if you're Greenbrier. Harlem, like I said, took a couple of punches, but they answered, and I'm really. It's interesting that we're seeing. I know Bjorkman is a talented kid, but it's interesting that we're seeing Trupp mostly on defense. He did come in to block a little bit on offense.
Haven't called his name.
Haven't seen him carry the ball, and he was easily their best runner last year, and especially late in the year. Now, he did it from the quarterback position, and they said the first thing Sean Tiernan said when he got here is that Trupp's an incredible player, but he's not a quarterback. We got to figure out where we're going to use him, and obviously on defense it's easy. He's a linebacker, but Bjorkman trying to get
again,
the outside.
And going to be about 3 yards shy, so big third down for the Wolfpack.
I really think this is a big play. I know it's early in the game. We're in the first half, midway
but you
through.
can feel the momentum.
I know. This is a big play. I mean, they need a first down here. Because, again, you start thinking, oh, here we go again. We had all these close games last year, and we couldn't win them. Close games the year before, we couldn't win them. A lot of excitement. They came out firing on all cylinders, and, boy, this is a big play. Third, and it's about 4. Do we have a new quarterback in there? It's like, oh no,
it's Stevens.
No, it's Stevens. He's same one. I thought I saw a different number there for a second.
5 wide. He will throw. Well, he hopes to throw. Gonna heat it.
He's gonna throw it deep.
Well, this memories of Lakeside a few years ago, and they're gonna get the call.
Wow, that's a huge play. The Harlem defender is not happy. That was I believe that was 0 for Harlem, who was on the coverage there.
Levi Rickerson.
Those slightly underthrown balls are so difficult for a defensive back.
Well, that was tough.
Levi's like, well, you guys got to call my name when I get the PI.
Yeah. We called him out earlier for a decent play.
There you go. Fair and balanced.
Oh, no.
Ooh, whoa.
Interference against the defense. We'll replay the down. Third down.
Well, that's a break for Harlem.
I think that caught the Greenbrier coaches a little bit off guard, too. They're trying to formation sub here because I think they thought they had a first down.
Yeah, I think we all did. Instead, we'll do it all over again. 3rd and 4 from the Greenbrier 40.
I bet there's no pass interference this time. I guarantee you.
There will be a pass. There will be no interference, and there will be a first down. Ryan Claiborne again.
And I like that play, too, because you went deep the play before. Harlem's worried about that, and you're able to, get just past the pylon.
Needed 4, got 6, up to the 45-yard line. And a fresh set of downs for the Wolfpack. Under 7 to play in the half. Stevens, throw it again. Claiborne again. First down again. Inside the 40 into Harlem territory.
Now, he is, so far tonight, I mean, you got the Bjorkman long run, but Claiborne may have been the player of the game so far. He's been outstanding. And another good throw there, right on the money. I tell you this, Stevens, he struggled a little bit turning it over last year, and sometimes he'll get quick and try to throw too fast. But he's looked good at times, really on the money the last couple of passes too.
Runs into a wall here, but he'll still pick up a couple. I'm telling you, he looked really good last week in the scrimmage. It's a scrimmage game.
It's a scrimmage.
But
well, yeah, because again, Richmond Academy nearly beat Evans, and right now, although I know Thompson lost a lot of guys to graduation, right now Evans is up 14-6.
That would raise a lot of eyebrows.
That would raise some eyebrows.
And we will have those Thompson Bulldogs a week from tonight on Game Night Live.
Sure will. Looking forward to that trip to the Brickyard to see a really good North Augusta team.
Always love going to the Brickyard, one of our favorite venues. And Trupp, we said he hasn't done a lot on offense, takes the direct snap, and now he's doing a lot on offense inside the 30.
That's all he did when we saw him last year. Nothing fancy, but he finds spots. He's tough to bring down. Really good athlete. Yeah, he will be playing college ball somewhere in a couple of years. He's a really good player. And they're doing that direct snap, which is what he did last year. That their offense really moved when they did that a year ago.
And he does it again. Harlem up to the task this time. He'll still pick up about 4.
Sean Tiernan had to be loving that they scored a couple of times without this, without bringing in Cole Trupp, and now you're able to use him to mix things up. One of the offensive linemen for Greenbrier is banged up.
If Trupp got to see any of those kind of Laney games last year where they kept running that play, he was like, man, I want to play in that offense. I'd
yeah.
run the ball 60 times a game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we were talking about Laney before. They graduated 2 great runners and 2 big offensive linemen. They nearly beat Thompson last year on the road running that little play where they just, take a direct snap and run behind a blocking back and pulling guards.
Those 2 big old linemen.
Yeah.
You mentioned a lineman banged up for Greenbrier. One of the things we have not seen tonight, which we see a lot of, especially in the first couple of weeks, and there's nothing made of wood in this press box, or I'd knock on it right now, but we haven't seen a lot of cramping.
I don't think we've seen any on the field that I've noticed. And
I heard it wasn't just players, it was everybody last week, John.
What's that?
I heard it wasn't just players, it was everybody.
Yeah, it was a little bit in the booth, a little bit on the field.
Greenbrier needed a big drive. So far, they've gotten it. And Cole Trupp helping out as he came in to run the ball some, and he's in there again. Although, let's see, is he going to be a quarterback or not?
Yes.
It looks like he is. Yeah, and Bjorkman's to his left. So you got the best 2 runners side by side in that backfield. As Greenbrier tries to put some more points on the board here, up 10-6. Oh, 2 men moving, yeah. 2 men moving at the same time, guys on the front moving, and that's a devastating one there. It was
just set from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 11.
Yeah. You get that 4 yards on first down, you've set up a good possession, and to back yourself up like that, big error. Again, new coach, new offense. They're learning new things.
Trupp at QB again. Has a A little bit of a hole again. Inside the 20 still.
I don't know how he does
keeping
it.
his feet moving.
You would have thought he would have been down at the line of scrimmage. There did not. Watch this replay. There didn't look like there was anything open there. And he keeps running, and the Harlem players are backpedaling. And a great pickup.
You know what he reminds me of there? He definitely looks a lot like Brendan Douglas at Aquinas. He used to run the same play.
See it. Absolutely see it. Into the red zone go the Wolfpack. Ain't broke, don't fix it. Trupp again.
Had too many men on the field for Harlem.
Greenbrier marching down the field, and if Nathan says too many men on the field for Harlem, and
so the officials.
Cole Trupp has come in here and reignited this offense that was off to a good start, but then it sputtered a bit.
The flag was thrown way back at the 6-yard line, and Nathan's going to be correct. So
Substitution.
they'll decline
Second
that,
down.
obviously. Take the first down.
That's a first down. They're taking the play. All right. That results in a first down.
Like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it for Greenbrier right now.
You good?
So first and goal from the 8. Trupp. Touchdown. There's another flag down. Hold everything.
Yeah, that one's going to be on Greenbrier. Nathan's telling me it's holding. And that's going to negate the run by Trupp and the touchdown by Greenbrier.
So you talk about a fan base that was jumping up and down and going crazy, and now it's could hear a pin drop in here.
'88, a hold on the offense. We'll replay first down.
Jake Curtis, the guilty party.
Boy, that's a big one, too.
So that'll back Greenbrier up to 13. Or it'll be first and goal. Check that, the 16.
16, yeah. Boy, that's a tough one there. First and goal from the 16 after the score. That brought off, taken off the board.
This time Trupp gives to Bjorkman, and not a lot there.
Yeah, nowhere to go that time. Big time play by the Harlem defense, number 6, Marcus Wheeler.
Pickup of 1 as the clock ticks toward the 4-minute mark.
Before that play, you heard a Greenbrier fan say, run it again, but I don't think he meant Bjorkman. I think he wanted Trupp to run it again.
He might get his wish here on second and goal from the 16.
I tell you, as the year goes on, though, Bjorkman and Trupp, that's a good little 1-2 punch run in the football.
Well, I know you don't want to face it late in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run the clock out on you.
Well, the key is that offensive line. Are they going to be able to withstand all game and open holes?
Oh,
Here goes
ball out. Trupp lost the handle.
I think Greenbrier got it back.
That was all because he tried to fake the pass, and he could not keep a hold of the ball. I mean, almost could say it was an incomplete pass, the way his arm going forward.
Lucky for him, one of his teammates was able to get the ball back.
Elijah Harris comes out of the pile with the football.
Yeah, had a good return earlier. The problem is it's third and goal from the 15 now.
Yeah, this drive that started out with such promise for Greenbrier.
Now, you don't want to do anything too crazy to get yourself out of field goal range. Right here, it would, from there, it'd be about a 32-yarder.
So how difficult is this as a quarterback? Now you've been sitting on the sideline. You got to come in on a third and long and throw the ball.
I almost think I would have just run it with Trupp, and if he gets it, great, and if not, kick the field goal.
Stevens back in on third and long, and Harlem will call timeout.
Yeah, they wanted to see what Greenbrier was going to, how the lineup was going to be there. Stevens, obviously the passing threat of the two.
Don't forget the halftime show coming up in 3 minutes and 24 seconds. We'll welcome in the 4th member of our broadcast crew tonight, Taylor Newton. We'll have some special guests for you. We'll take a look at the other scores from around the area.
So So what are you thinking here, AB? You going to keep him in the pocket, or are you going to roll him out and know it shrinks kind of the field in half?
Well, I think you roll him out still, though. I mean, like I said, preferably I would have probably just run it, try to get, a few more yards for your kicker. Newcomer as kicker this year. He's looked good on the extra point and the other field goal.
Yeah, you take an actual shot in the end zone, or are you trying more of one of those slip screens they've been running a few times?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to throw it, obviously you want to try to get it to Claiborne if you can. And he is going to be in the slot there on that right side. He's number 2 on the right side of your screen. It is Ryan Claiborne, the senior.
3rd and goal from the 15. Stevens flushed. Down he goes. 4th down.
Yeah, well.
Just lost his footing.
Yeah, just lost a yard or 2 there, but I think they're going to spot it at about the 17. So 2-yard loss. It's going to be now a 34-yarder if they kick it. The offense right now is staying out there.
And remember, Greenbrier, the new kicker this year, Levon Simon, a junior.
Yeah, they had a really good kicker a year ago that graduated.
He was making them from 40 pregame.
They're leaving the offense out there, which is interesting. Like I said, that's why I run it there. If you get 2 or 3 yards, it's now a 28, 29-yard field goal maybe. And instead, you've got a 34-yarder.
So the clock will wind down to 2 minutes and 36 seconds. And now another timeout.
And it does look like they're going to bring the kicker out.
Yeah, ball sitting at the 17-yard line, so yeah, 34-yarder.
Greenbrier trying to open their season with a win. It's been a while since they've been able to do that. Sean Tiernan was adamant when he first stepped foot at Greenbrier, saying, "Hey, there are athletes here. It's not going. We might not win. We're going to win here eventually." Is what he's basically saying. There's some athletes here. I can work with this.
Yeah.
Remember to cast your votes for the Player of the Week in this week's poll at WJBF.com. This is for Football Friday night. That poll will remain open until Monday, and the winner will be revealed on Football Friday night next Friday night, which of course begins at 11:35 tonight. So tune in. You won't want to miss it. Watch tonight. Cast your vote before Monday. See the winner next Friday. Could come from this game.
They're going to kick it.
They will kick the 34-yarder, and it will be Levon Simon from midfield. Got the distance, but not the direction. And the Wolfpack come up empty. And AB, you said that was it could be a big drive for Greenbrier.
Yeah.
Started out with a lot of promise.
That was, and you get a touchdown call back, so you had points basically come off the board because of the holding penalty. So tough end to that drive for Greenbrier. It was very effective as they marched right down the field, but so now Harlem, before the half, can try to take the lead in this football game after they've really been just trying to play catch-up from really the first moment of the game.
Yeah, that was tough on that field goal attempt. The snap was rolled low. It kind of rolled back there. He did everything he could to get it down, couldn't get the laces out.
Well, the good news for Harlem is you got the ball back. Bad news, you got to go 80 yards. And they'll pick up 4 on first down.
There's a flag down on the field, though. In the area of holding, let's see what it is.
Now Harlem is retreating already.
May have been some kind of formation issue.
Yeah, because it was pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Well, it was on by the sideline.
Oh, was it? Okay.
That's an illegal substitution on the offense.
The flag on the play. Illegal participation or illegal substitution.
Now, one thing you don't want to do if you're Harlem is you don't want to make any crazy mistake here and give Greenbrier the ball on a turnover of some kind and a chance to get a score after you just were able to stop them with that missed field goal. And Arroyo's back in at quarterback.
Yeah, definitely more of the running quarterback of the two.
But he will throw. Oh, that could have been 6.
Wow. That was Ronald Oliver, the senior. He is going to be kicking himself because if he holds on to that, if he can beat Bjorkman, he's going to score. And that would have been, he had 70 yards of green in front of him.
He was like, running quarterback, I'll show you something.
Yeah.
Oliver's had such a solid game so far.
Well, and like I said last year, you know, just a really over 50 tackles, had a pick, forced a couple of fumbles, recovered a couple of fumbles.
That was a pretty aggressive play call.
Yeah.
Deep in your end.
Yep. 2nd down and 15.
And that time Arroyo will keep and get back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard short of it. Clock will tick to 2 minutes.
It's going to be 3rd and 12. And again, you know, because you threw that pass and didn't run any clock, and I know you're trying to get a score, but now all of a sudden Greenbrier is the team that if they get a stop here, they might get good field position and try to get a score before the half.
Both teams with 1 timeout left.
That's the part of the game that's so fun, watching these coaches with the clock management and timing things out. And, you know, that's just so good watching them battle.
I mean, it's the difference in a close game is stealing that possession.
Yep. They're going to throw it.
Yeah, Arroyo looking for a bunch. Harlem wanted a pass interference call, but none is coming.
Yeah, they wanted the call there. Number 13, Craig Johnson on the coverage.
And to your point, Nathan and AB, Greenbrier is going to have roughly 90 seconds left and a timeout to play with and good field position.
I believe that was Holcomb, the receiver there on that one.
Going to have to apologize to Arroyo for calling him a running quarterback after a couple of nice throws on that drive.
Actually, he may have you show up at every game just to say he's a running quarterback.
I'll tell him you said it. Don't worry. Here's Nathan's cell phone if you want to text him or call him. So Will Holder with an important job here to try and boom one.
And you might think punting from under your own goal post would be stressful. Will Holder's been in some pretty stressful positions with the baseball team.
Yeah.
But this one's returnable. And here come the Wolfpack. It's Claiborne. Shoved out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Wow, that got the crowd back into it. Claiborne has been spectacular tonight. He doesn't have a touchdown or a score, but man, he's been big for the Pack.
Good time to remind you that we have the McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game again this year. And I'd say the leader in the clubhouse right now is number 2.
And again, watch, they have him right here. He made a couple of guys miss, and then he gets big yardage coming to the near side. And look who finally knocked him out. It was the punter, Will Holder.
As Tom Glavine would tell you, pitchers are athletes.
That's right. Former hockey draft pick.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, LA Kings.
39-yard punt return.
Yeah, Claiborne has been great tonight. That is a huge play. It puts them right back where they were, but first down this time. Minute 21, plenty of time. Stevens is in at quarterback.
Stevens will keep. Straight ahead.
If you're going to do that, I think I would have Trupp in. But you do have the more of the threat of passing, of course, if you got Stevens in there. Trupp's coming in now, though. But actually, Trupp is in and Stevens. They're going to keep him in there with this one.
Clock continues to run. We're under a minute now.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they're not a little more anxious to get to the line here. Yeah, they're just letting it run. They're under 50 seconds now.
Yeah, you'd expect a little more giddy up here.
Trupp is lined up at, looks like at tight end. Are they gonna
Stevens, end zone.
How about that?
That's why they were letting the clock run.
Why.
Touchdown
They didn't
grab.
want to give Harlem much time after the touchdown.
By Vaden Guyton.
That is the younger brother of the top receiver from a year ago, Vernon Guyton. And how about that? I was saying put Trupp back in there if you're going to run it. Well, hold on. We've got Stevens in there for a reason. We're throwing it. Touchdown, and Greenbrier on the board again.
Wow. So Greenbrier starts that first half and ends the first half with a flourish.
Had to find the kicker.
There he is. And Simon, well, I'm not going to say it yet. There you go. Remains perfect on PATs tonight.
Well, that was a huge, huge punt return by Claiborne. That might be the difference in the game. Who knows? A lot of game left. But boy, this could have gone to the locker room 10-6, and instead, because of that big punt return, Greenbrier was able to punch it in.
And again, it bears repeating. I know we've said it already, but this is a Greenbrier team that has one win since October 22nd of 2021.
Yeah, they're 1-21 in that stretch.
How much would it mean to this program to come out tonight under the new coach? A lot of football left.
Well,
anything can happen.
And to beat a county rival that's beaten you 3 times in a row, these seniors have never beaten Harlem. And also, think about this. These kids are young. They don't remember the 7 wins Greenbrier has. They all know that Harlem's beat them 3 straight times. That's all they know. So
most teenagers don't remember what
they don't know the history of it, you know?
They don't know what they had for lunch yesterday.
Yeah. Claiborne's got 118 all-purpose yards.
Wow.
In the first half.
Yeah, he's been special.
What was that number, Nathan?
118.
Wow.
Harlem will have 36 seconds to try and somehow get a score here, but you don't want to do anything crazy and give Greenbrier the ball back again.
Holcomb on the return. Good return. And Harlem will have the ball at the 33-yard line, but only 30 seconds left. They do have one timeout to play with. So it'll be interesting to see if Mark Boyder will try to do something here or be content to go to the locker room. Again, the Bulldogs will receive the second half kickoff. After Greenbrier won the toss and elected to receive to start the game.
Yeah, good fan. Look at the Harlem fans, man.
That the visiting sideline, I don't think in all my time doing Game Night Live I've seen
or at Greenbrier at any game I've ever done.
A visiting section that full.
Well, and they did their scrimmage the other day. Jeff Williams, the new Harlem basketball coach who was at Lakeside back a few years ago, he went to the football scrimmage, and he told Mark Boyder he had never seen anything like that. It was a packed house for their scrimmage game. They have a lot of support there in Harlem, that community.
And not only is Mark Boyder our head coach for Team Georgia and Border Bowl, after a nice pickup by Tyler, but our head cheerleading co-coaches are both from Harlem as well. So it's an all Harlem Border Bowl on the coaching staff this year, at least as far as head coaches go. First down, and it's going to be second down with 20.2.
And you know you're in Harlem because one of those cheerleading coaches is married to a Harlem baseball former Harlem baseball standout.
Of course.
She was a great cheerleader in her day. She was a cheerleader at Georgia Southern back in the day, formerly Kayla Wheatley, when she was a cheerleader. I think she was a cheerleader at Evans, though, but her husband, former baseball player at Harlem.
There's a lot of intermingling between the Columbia County schools. That's why these rivalries are so great, including this one.
Arroyo looking deep.
Oh, almost picked off. Oh, Ramir Cobb just got turned the wrong way.
Yeah, he wants that one over.
It was tipped.
Oh, man.
Just off the hands of Ventarius Holcomb, who's had a big first half for the Bulldogs. So 3rd and 10. And 15.1.
Well, that right there on the screen, they just showed number 89, a freshman at Greenbrier. That is Bo Rhodes, the son of Austin Rhodes.
How
on
about
the sideline for Greenbrier. He'll be on the JV squad this year.
Of course, Austin, does his show every day from 3 to 6 on our news partner, WGAC. Or as you call it, the lead-in to the Thursday Night Huddle.
Right. That's right. He's my opening act. Austin's been a long-time host over there. His son, by the way, is a freshman. He's 6'4". 6'4". He plays defensive end. There you go. Nice.
All right.
Nice run by Arroyo, but again, not a lot of time left here.
You can heave one, see what happens.
Took a timeout with 1 second left, so yeah, like John said, probably a Hail Mary or some kind of bunch of laterals.
If you're going to take the timeout, you might as well do it, you know?
Yeah, you wouldn't take the time out and sit on the ball, so let's see. Let's have some fun here. This first half's been fun. It's
has
had a
been.
good pace to it. You know, like we said it earlier, a lot of times these opening games can be full of fits
Yeah.
and starts and cramps.
This one's been clean.
It
It
so
has.
far. Now, again.
Especially, you think about it, not to give Greenbrier more credit for being clean, but it is a first-year head coach with a new system. And they haven't had a lot of penalties. Harlem's done a great job, too, with Coach Boyer. This has been a well-played game. And what makes it really special, though, is the fans. You've got a packed house on the Greenbrier side, a packed house on the Harlem side, which is that's great for these kids to be able to play in front of those big crowds.
So this will be the final snap of the first half. Arroyo will heave. I think he got his arm hit. And, boy, a little too close for comfort for Greenbrier.
Yeah.
They're looking for Ronald Oliver. It falls incomplete. And that is how the first half will come to a close. So, again, an entertaining half of football. 17-6 is the score at the half. Taylor Newton is down on the sideline. She has Coach Sean Tierney.
Yes, I am here with Coach. Coach, your team has lead going into the halftime. You added 7 with 36 seconds left. What's working for you right now?
Right now, keep our composure. It's 0-0, and we got to restart the game right here, and that's the mindset we got to have.
What is the key to closing out this game strong and with a win?
We got to remember what we did all season to finish some ball games and just keep on being able to run the football and control the clock. That's what we got to do.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with halftime. We are back here with our halftime show. I'm here with Ian and Darla from In Motion. Now, what is In Motion?
So we do assisted stretching, basically. You're on our tables, we do all the work for you, you just sit back and relax.
What are the benefits of assisted stretching?
So we have increased circulation, reduced pain relief, athletic performance. You know, we see everything from hip replacements, all that kind of things. Just a lot of recovery-based type of stretching we do.
What type of clientele do you serve? I mean, athletes, older people, younger people?
You name it. We see everything from 10 to 97. Athletes, like I said, the surgeries, bodybuilders, MS, Parkinson's, you name it, we deal with it. We see it every day.
Amazing. How do they find you if they want to get in touch?
So take a look at our website. Our website, we have multiple locations, so our website will direct them to every location, InMotionWellnessStudio.com, and they can find every location and find where it's convenient for them.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Facebook and Instagram as well.
All right. Thank you so much. Make sure y'all check it out. Now we're going to throw to a package about the passion of Greenbrier and the Next Gen Cyber Initiative that is so special to this program.
Well, for me, I'm a product of Columbia County Schools. So I graduated from Evans High School. Looking at where I wanted to teach, it was honestly the people at Greenbrier High School, the leadership. When doing interviews, you can just tell there's a system of support put in place here, and we're just one big family.
We moved here from out of state, and when we looked for locations for our children, we found that this was the best school to bring our kids to. So I wanted to be a teacher here and make sure that my kids had the best education possible.
For me, it was a feeder school from my middle school, which kind of brought me in, which I'm grateful for because of the opportunities that I've had throughout my 3 years here. The teachers I have are all amazing. They correspond with what we're learning now, whether it was in the past to our present that we're living in, which gives us a real life example and connection.
I've just always been kind of interested in like robotics and computers and coding, and that's something that's kind of like coming along to the new age. So I thought it'd be good to kind of get to know what that stuff is all about.
I'd recommend that Greenbrier High School is a great place to be. Honestly, you can't go wrong if you're in Columbia County. We've got so many new initiatives here. One of them is the Next Gen Cyber Standards, and that is a new initiative that when we first started diving here at Greenbrier, we were the pilot school, and we started diving in here and we realized that so many of these industry standards that have to do with technology and integration of cyber skills, we're already teaching them. We have amazing teachers incorporating them in science classes, English classes. And so the incorporation of the cyber standard skills really just gave us the common language so that students are able to see that these skills are transferable. They can go from the class to a career, and they're not just an isolated, specialized skill set.
So the person who teaches my cybersecurity pathway is Coach Ibero, and he's very helpful. He talks a lot about like AI, which is obviously something that's very new and relevant, and he's been able to like help us through like the basics of it and can teach us how to I've actually been able to use it this year, and it's very helpful in my other classes.
We had a life We had a life project, which was basically teaching us where we were using different mortgage apps and calculating stuff, different information that we got from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, and learning how to use the internet to our advantage of knowing what careers we'll need in the future.
Most things have been helpful is I've been able to like graph things with AI so I can like make sure my work is correct. And it's been nice to like cross-examine my work.
I think what is amazing is getting to see them be creators of their own knowledge. I think that's one of the things that, especially with trying to integrate cyber throughout all of our courses, is so important. So when kids are able to come up with new innovative ideas based on their creativity, that is something that is just incredibly amazing, and I know it's going to transfer into wonderful accomplishments after they leave us.
All right, we are back. Harlem's band just finished a wonderful set. Greenbrier is getting set up. So let's tune in, and then we'll be on for our next interview. John from McDonald's. John, I see you all the time. You do so much with the station. Tell us about some of the partnerships that you do with Channel 6.
Well, we're happy to be part of Game Night Live, and obviously the Scholar Athlete program. You know, it's just so important for us to give back to the communities that really pay our bills.
What is some of your favorite parts of being a part of Game Night Live and Scholar Athlete?
Well, I think the best part about it is kind of just seeing the achievements of the kids. I mean, it's amazing what they're able to do in the sports world, and obviously in the scholarship world, you know, in the scholar world, I should say. And really just seeing some of my students too. I got some folks that work for me that are also out here tonight celebrating and cheering on their team.
Yeah, we've given some of your workers some Scholar Athlete awards in the past. So tell me, what's new with McDonald's? What's coming up? What can we expect?
Well, I think there's a lot of great things going on. Right now, there's this whole Collector's Cup thing going on. You might have seen it online. Kind of hard to get a hold of, but we do have them still in McDonald's, so you can get those right now. And I've heard, you know, some stuff about snack wraps even coming back next year.
We are ready for the snack wraps at WJBF. It's all we can talk about, and those cups, they're hard to get, but I want one. I like the Shrek. We're going to throw to the Greenbrier band. Thanks for being here, John, and we look forward to everything at McDonald's.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome to the field your 2024 Greenbrier Marching Wolfpack. The Marching Wolfpack is led by drum majors Addison Ames, Abby Reeder, and Cord Cooksey. The brass captain is Andrew Reeder, woodwind captain Lily Lewis, percussion captain Glory Bright. The facilities captain is Nick Park, color guard captains are Leslie McMichael and McKenna Carlisle, and the band captain is Mason Pounds. And now, the Marching Wolfpack would like to take you back in time to a different age of lords and lasses and kings and queens when corrupted power ruled and corrupted overall. Will the people stand or will the people fall? We invite you to enjoy our 2024 season show entitled Off With Their Heads. Drum majors Addison Ames, Abby Reeder, and Cord Cooksey. Is your band ready? You may take the field.
All right, I am here with Sergeant Hitchner and Sergeant Miles from the Georgia National Guard. Sergeant Hitchner, what has the National Guard done for you?
So the National Guard has allowed me to work with people all the way from the state of Georgia to the Republic of Georgia while working with the high schoolers and students in the CSRA and help them kind of find their path in life.
Amazing. And Sergeant Miles, what would you tell students that are considering signing up and joining and following in your footsteps?
So one thing I would definitely say is, one, don't be afraid. Continue taking that first step, because once you take that first step, you'll open many doors into your future, and it'll open up numerous pathways for yourself.
Absolutely. Well, make sure that y'all look out for these two guys here at the game tonight, and we'll be right back with our third quarter. Greenbrier's up 17-6 right now.
Welcome back to the Wolf Den at Greenbrier High School, and right now a very happy group of Greenbrier Wolf Pack. Is that right? I don't think that's grammatically correct. But
they're about a 60-man wolf pack.
You get the point. It's 17-6 Greenbrier. AB, thoughts on the first half?
Well, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start if you're Sean Tiernan. You march right down and get a field goal, and then you come back and get a score. But the real key play was Ryan Claiborne's punt return. You're up 10-6. Harlem punts it away. It looks like you'll go to the half that way, or who knows. And instead he gets a long return that sets up another score. By the way, we did hear at halftime Claiborne was in the medical tent with maybe a right shoulder injury. Don't know how severe. We'll see if he comes out to play. He is warming up.
No, he's got his jersey off.
He's got his jersey off, okay.
In a sling.
Jersey off with a sling. Not
good. I mean, we were talking about possible McDonald's offensive player of the game for Claiborne, so that's a huge loss for Greenbrier. And on the Harlem side, they've been without Baylor Davis, their linebacker.
Yeah,
maybe the best player on the team all night long. Yeah. So tough
next
blows
man
for
up,
each team.
and you whether it's Guyton or Trupp or Yorkman, somebody's got to step up in Claiborne's absence.
So Greenbrier has warmed up. Harlem has returned to the sideline. Greenbrier leads 17-6. Nathan, there's some other tight games across the CSRA.
Yeah, we got a good one in Evans right now. That Thompson-Evans game was 14-all last time we heard at halftime. We got a Westside Laney. Westside's up 7-0 at half. We definitely a little bit surprised. We had Grovetown 6-0 over Lakeside.
I think that might be more surprising than Evans-Thompson being tied. I was really surprised that Lakeside hasn't scored and leading that game.
So Harlem will receive the second half kickoff, trailing 17-6. You've been enjoying the halftime show. The second half is next on Game Night Live.
We are Busbies, a group of professionals who share the same goal, taking care of the people of our community, and we've been doing it for over 70 years. For all of us at Busby's, delivering good, honest service is what we strive for every day, because the most important part of what we do is taking care of our customers. So if you're looking for a heating and cooling company that will treat you like family, Busby's is the team for you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Clear, accurate stories that don't waste your time. Plus, get the latest video in one click with WJBF Plus. Get it all at WJBF.com.
Let's see where it takes us. Good morning, Augusta.
To begin the second half of play here at the Wolf Den, let's take it down to Taylor Newton with Harlem head coach Mark Boyder.
Good. All right, I'm here with Coach Boyder. What are you looking to shift in the second half?
We just want to cut down mistakes, get everybody doing their job, and see if we can get back in the game.
Yes, sir. Good luck. Thank you.
Now, see, we had technical difficulties when that interview started, but I could have told you that was what he was going to say. I could translate coach.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Coach Boyder.
Well, he wants a better second half, bottom line. Mistakes, whatever. You got to stop Greenbrier. There's several things they've got to do, and you're doing it, again, in fairness to them, they're doing it without their best defensive player. Baylor Davis, who is not playing tonight, 129 tackles, 16 tackles for loss last year. He is not in the lineup. And for Greenbrier, now they look like they're going to be without Claiborne for the second half.
Yeah. Take a look at some of the first half stats. And as you might expect, with Greenbrier up, the offensive stats tilted toward the Wolfpack, 142 yards passing, or rushing, I should say, to 95 for Harlem. Greenbrier with 45 yards passing. Harlem with just 16 yards through the air in the first half.
That's a far cry from last year with Evangelista slinging it all. He threw for over 2,000 yards last year.
And I think one of the biggest, most telling stats for me in the first half, and it's, again, very surprising for a opening game, no turnovers for either team.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this, too.
Now,
I know
there was the one that could have been down here at the goal line, but we won't get
I know Stevens is only, well, I think he's 4 for 7 throwing the ball.
5 of 7.
5 of 7. I will say this, though. He threw 2 big throws on one of the scoring drives, one a third down, and they needed 5 or 6 yards, and he got it. And then another one across the middle where he really hit the person in stride. So definitely we can see the maturation process from him from a year ago.
So 24 minutes left to decide this one. Columbia County rivalry. And again, both of these teams only playing 2 non-region games before it's time to do it for real. And on the return is Jaden Futrell for Harlem. And Futrell with a head of steam up across the 30-yard line.
He's a name from last year that made some big plays in the games we did with Harlem. So nice run there, and that'll give Harlem decent field position to start the first drive of the second half.
And that'll give us a chance to go to Nathan for our QBs by the quarter, brought to you, as always, by Culpeper Lumber Ace Hardware. We welcome them back again this year.
Absolutely, and for Harlem, Coleman was 4 of 5 for 16 yards in the first half. And then on the Greenbrier side, Stevens was 5 of 7 for 45 yards and a touchdown. He also added about 30 yards on the ground.
Arroyo will begin the second half at quarterback for Harlem, and he'll take the direct snap, and off he goes for a pickup of 3.
Wow, great tackle in the open field by Cole Trupp. Arroyo made a great fake pitch. He ran, he had plenty of room. If he makes Trupp miss, that is a huge gainer. So really, it was still a decent pickup, but a nice tackle in the open field by Trupp.
I give him 4, 2nd and 6.
Say Arroyo, the offense seems to be moving better when Arroyo's been in there.
This time will throw, and he will complete into Greenbrier territory. Caught from behind by Ramir Cobb. Was that a pretty good game on defense for Greenbrier, but Joseph Clark, the junior wide receiver, picks up a big first down for Harlem.
And again, good job holding on to the football as one of the Greenbrier defenders. I believe that was Cobb that came from behind to try and strip the ball. Good job holding on to it.
24-yard pickup, 1st and 10 at the Greenbrier 43.
Yeah, really nice start to the half with a good run and now a good throw from Arroyo.
Arroyo throwing again. Wants it all. And receiver had to come back for the football.
Well, Ronald Oliver is thinking he threw to the wrong side of the field because Oliver had his man beat by about 3 or 4 yards down the right sideline. And instead, Arroyo went down to the left. Now, I tell you, Arroyo's got an arm. He slung that ball about 40 yards down the field.
Yeah, hasn't completed a pass yet tonight, but he's got the arm strength.
Yeah, he's had a couple of passes that should. Well, he just completed one just now.
Yeah. Then the first half. Yeah.
But in the first half, but he had a couple that should have been caught though in the half too.
Correct.
On second down, it's Lott. Lott had a big first down for the Harlem Bulldogs in the first half. And he's up to the 39-yard line here.
Yeah,
he's 4.
He is hard to bring down.
So 3rd and 6 if the Bulldogs want to keep this promising opening drive of the second half alive. And look at Lott. Going to be close. About to be about a yard shy. And an interesting choice now for Mark Boyder. How aggressive do you want to be early in the second half? 4th and about a yard and a half. The offense still on the field. Try to draw them off or they snap the football.
Yeah.
Looks like they're trying to draw them off.
It does look that way. I think they're still going to go for it, though. I mean, 4th and 2 in this part of the field.
They will. Lott, no, it's Arroyo on the keeper. He's got the first down and then some inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Gutsy call by Mark Boyder, and it pays off with the Bulldog first down.
Well, I always get a little worried or apprehensive when I see the play develop slowly when it's 4th and short, but Arroyo easily able to get the first down there. Like I said, Harlem's offense has moved better since he's been in the game, even though, Coleman completed, most of his passes. They were all for very short yardage. We got an injured Harlem Bulldog.
Yeah, I think, I can't really see the number very well. I believe, and apologies if it's not, but I believe it's Jaden Moss, a junior lineman.
Like 77, is that who you have?
That is Jaden Moss, yeah.
Well, hopefully it's just a cramp. We said we hadn't had any yet. Well, it's second half and you got linemen down. Hopefully that's all that is.
Break out the pickle juice.
Yes, sir.
Did that work?
Yeah, I was going to ask that, AB. Did you ever drink pickle juice? You're more of an athlete probably than I was.
Well, yeah, I'm so old. Back when I played, pickle juice wasn't a thing. That came along during the Jim Donovan.
Well, it was a
years.
thing.
Yeah.
You just didn't drink it.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I didn't work hard enough to get that tired where I was just lazy enough not to get cramps.
And it does look like it was just a cramp for Moss. Oh yeah, I've done that walk before.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully he'll be able to get back in there shortly. In the meantime, that big first down for Harlem sets them up at the 28-yard line. Again, these two teams meeting for the 11th time. Greenbrier won the first 7. Harlem has won the last 3.
Harlem has had one of the better offenses in the area over the last several years. Usually running the ball. Though last year they were able to throw it with Evangelista. Really, the last 2 years they've thrown it pretty well. And this is a nice run by Lott.
Yeah, he picks up a lot inside the 20. They're in the red zone.
As good as Tyler can be at times, Lott is just harder to bring down. I mean, he is a bigger body, strong. Tyler's more your shifty back.
But we talked about the 1-2 punch with Trupp and Bjorkman for Greenbrier. Harlem's got kind of the same thing.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Pickup of 9 for Lott.
Now we got a different back in there. That was number 43.
Keaton Tillery, a freshman.
Yeah.
Coach Boyder going.
Well, that's
deep in the play, the depth chart.
That's a pretty big freshman right there, number 43 in white.
Picks up the first down.
I know one thing. Nobody messed with him last year in middle school. I can promise you that.
I'll tell you what. If they've got it on the 1-yard line, I know who I'm giving it to.
Yeah.
He's in the backfield again from the 17-yard line.
But I like how he runs, just gets that ball and runs straight ahead.
Wouldn't you?
He's like I said, he's a freshman now. Just wait till he's junior and a senior with that body. Grows and gets even bigger.
Well, over the last few years, Harlem has had some running backs that when I visited campus the week before the game to talk to coaches and players, I mistakenly called them sir.
Yeah,
I thought
he worked.
I thought they worked at the school.
Yeah, I remember that, and he was. Yeah, that was Cam Garnett.
Cam Garnett was one of them. Absolutely,
I remember that.
Yeah, he held the door open for me. I said, "Thank you, sir."
Of course, he's at ETSU now. And then they had AJ Brown. I mentioned at Georgia Southern.
I think Arroyo wants to throw. He does. It is complete.
Oh, he got
and it's Futrell, and it's a touchdown.
Well,
how about that throw?
Arroyo better be glad he hit Futrell, because I think it was Oliver in the back of the end zone, absolutely going out of his mind because he had nobody within 10 yards of him. Watch the replay. I don't know if on the replay you'll be able to see it. Oliver, he was in the back of the end zone by himself. But either way, touchdown Harlem. Nice play, nice drive by the Harlem Bulldogs. Their best drive of the night.
So whatever Mark Boyder said at the half, resonating, and the Bulldogs will go for 2.
Yeah, this is a big play here, and they brought in. Is that a different?
Mercer Barton, that's the third quarterback of the night. He's a junior, and he will throw, and the 2-point conversion is good. I think it was Futrell that got in there, and just like that, it's a 3-point game. 17-14. Harlem scores. Greenbrier gets the ball next.
Huge play.
Good one on week 1 of Game Night Live for this 2024 season. Harlem has pulled it within 3 of Greenbrier. 17-14, 7:34 left to play. The Bulldogs just went 71 yards in 10 plays, took 4:15 off the clock.
Well, we said that Greenbrier couldn't have asked for a better start on the first possession of the game. Well, Harlem an even better first possession of the second half. Touchdown, 2-point conversion, and they are right back in it.
So let's see how the Wolfpack answer. I believe it was Harris on the return, and just a wall of white just across the 21-yard line.
And again, Harris with a decent return there, but Harlem, and they got another Greenbrier player down.
Again, you hope it's just a cramp. Don't have a number on him. You see Coach Tiernan out there to check on him.
And for Greenbrier, you got to try and steal this momentum back with a nice drive. They came out like gangbusters, and then Harlem kind of battled back, and then they finished the first half on a good note. But Harlem with a really good drive to start this second half and steal the momentum in this one.
Well, it gives us a chance to remind you, AB, what are you doing at 9:30 in the morning?
9:30 in the morning.
Yeah. There's only one correct answer to this question. This is not the trivia question, by the way.
Hold on. I'm going to be watching something.
His cartoons.
The Dish.
His cartoons.
The Dish.
You're going to be watching. I'm sorry, local living. I even messed it up.
Okay. See, I was watching The Dish. You got me all mixed up now.
By the way, the hurt player for Greenbrier appears to be maybe Dylan Lamb, I think, and he is coming off under his own power. I apologize, that's not Dylan, that's Brennan Bjorkman.
That's Bjorkman.
That would have been a huge loss. But anyway, I want to tell you about local living. Be sure to tune in tomorrow and every Saturday at 9:30 to check out what Anna Christina is doing in the CSRA, from new businesses to best eats, things to do, and people to know. Local living is always packed with fun and entertainment. Saturdays, 9:30.
Recent pageant winner.
Yes.
Anna Christina as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Greenbrier now without 2 of their top players. If Bjorkman can't come back, but look like he might be able to.
Well, if they lost him and Claiborne, that would be tough to overcome.
Tough. Yeah.
So if Bjorkman out on first down, they'll turn to Jaden Hill, a junior running back, and he'll pick up a little, maybe a yard.
And if you're Harlem, they're like, hey, we don't want to hear about injuries. Baylor Davis isn't playing.
True.
This is a good. We knew it was going to be a good matchup, and so far it's been exactly that.
Both these teams, you're talking about 2 programs, neither of which have ever made it past the second. Actually, Greenbrier's never made it past the first round of the playoffs, and Harlem hasn't made it past the second round since 1974. So 2 teams hungry for postseason success, and it starts tonight.
Yeah, Terry Holder had some good years early, but not a whole lot of success since then.
Hill again.
Greenbrier.
Pretty good hard run up to the 27-yard line.
Actually, that was Harris, I think.
That was Harris.
Yeah.
Pick up a 4.
Yeah, but this is big here. 3rd down and 5.
You bet.
And if you don't get it, you give the ball right back to a hot Harlem offense.
Stevens rolls, throws, incomplete.
Now,
Same defensive stand for Harlem.
Same play they completed earlier on a 3rd down, on 3rd and about 4, and they were able to get it. This time not able to connect, so it's going to be 4th down. They're going to have to punt it away, and Harlem should get good field position. This is where the Harlem Bulldogs could take the lead for the first time, and if you're Greenbrier, you need that defense to step up and somehow find a way to stop Arroyo, who all of a sudden has got his Harlem Bulldog offense moving.
Levi Rickerson, and I think it was Austin Luke on the pass defense for Harlem.
Well, Harlem should get the ball around midfield, depending on the punt here.
Good kick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Really good kick.
The punter said, wait, midfield?
That is going to roll.
What a kick.
To the 11-yard line.
Play of the game?
All the way to 10. Wow. That's going to be about a 70-yard punt when it's all said and done.
Wow. That's the play of the game, right?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, that was 63.
63 yards.
And
wow.
It was big. Look at that punt. Wow. And it was big because, again, Harlem is taking the momentum. You're about to give them great field position. And here, this idiot up here, me, saying it's going to be at midfield. Wow, what a punt.
And I apologize because I could not catch the number on the punter.
Yeah, if somebody can get that number.
Like to mention
we would
his
like
name.
to talk.
Yeah, that is.
I tried to on the replay, but I couldn't see him either quick enough.
All right, so Harlem goes from what they thought would be great field position to setting up their own 10 and just trying to get some breathing room on 1st down. They'll pick up 4.
Well, they have 2 punters. I think it is Keelan Pace. He is the senior that has a P by his name, and then Elijah Shedd is the freshman. So I think it was Pace with the punt, I'm assuming, number 80. So Harlem gets the ball, but not nearly in as good a field position as they thought they would have it. And Arroyo this time is going to be hit in the backfield. But, hey, he pushes his way through for a decent gain.
And you wonder how much that punt changed what, or if it changed, what Harlem had planned to do on this offensive possession. They're playing a little bit conservative back with their backs to their own goalpost here.
Yeah, still, that was a really nice pickup. It looked like he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, and instead
picked up 4.
Yeah, he's made it 3rd and really short. Greenbrier looking for a stop here, but Harlem's going to get the 1st down.
Yeah, and then some.
Yeah. Oh, and look at Tyler.
Tyler across midfield. He'll be out at the 43-yard line before the Wolfpack can catch him.
Huge gain by
Flips the field.
Malik Tyler. Wow. Good blocking by Harlem. And it looks like this Greenbrier defense is a little bit tired. Cole Trupp was the linebacker on that side of the field and unable to get over there. Yeah, look, this Greenbrier defense appears to be a little bit tired here. So Harlem.
35 yards, my math is correct.
They marked him down. He got
right
47.
on 35. Right on 35.
Yeah.
Into Greenbrier territory from the 47. Now Arroyo will open it up.
Wide open.
And there he is, wide open for the touchdown. Marcus Wheeler. Correction.
Ronald Oliver.
Ronald Oliver.
Finally, Ronald Oliver finally gets his touchdown.
He's
been
so
wide open the whole
close
game.
so many times tonight, and
hey,
finally gets his touchdown.
I mean, no offense, and things can change as the season goes on. And no, you know, Brent Coleman started this game, but Arroyo might have him a quarterback job. He has really played well.
47 yards from Arroyo to Oliver.
And Harlem has their first lead of the night. This is a big extra point also.
No problem for Will Holder.
Yeah, you talked about the Greenbrier's defense looking tired. What did Harlem's coach tell you on your show this week, AB? At the opening of the season, it's all about who's in the best shape and who doesn't
win games.
Who doesn't make simple mistakes.
Yep, you're exactly right.
After that great punt by Greenbrier, that is a 90-yard touchdown drive for the Bulldogs, and for the first time tonight.
Well, you had two plays of, 35 and 47? That'll do it right there.
This is where for Greenbrier, where you've struggled so much the last few years, you want somebody to step up and make a play and let everybody know this year is not like all the other years.
Well, and two of your better players are, one is out for the game because he's not even, dressed, and then the other one got banged up on the last possession. So will Bjorkman be back in there? Or is Trupp going to be out there? Trupp wasn't even out there on the last offensive possession, and I know he's worn down. He's playing defense, but, man, you've almost got to have him out there this possession. This game has really shifted. 17-6 at halftime, but Harlem now with 15 unanswered points to start the half.
Yeah, lead for the first time this evening. How will the Wolfpack respond?
There's Harris again on the return.
He's in trouble. But he'll get to the 22-yard line with 4:08 left to play in the first.
Well, Trupp is trotting out on the field. So he will be out there for this possession. And Greenbrier's they've got to move the football here. They were able to flip the field with that punt, but, giving up a 35-yard run and then a 47-yard pass.
I still can't get over that. Get past that punt.
Oh. Well, I also said play of the game, and then Harlem says, well, hold on a second. We've got a couple of plays better, and let's see what Stevens and the offense can do here for Greenbrier.
This really has the feel of one of those that might go down to the – and that's kind of what we expected.
Well, they were trying to use Trupp as a blocker and kind of run behind him there, but not a whole lot of running room for Stevens.
Picks up one.
Now Harlem is, when good things happen, all of a sudden you're not as tired. You're hustling a little more.
Funny how that works, right?
You got a little giddy up in your step, and right now Harlem is seeing that. And if you're Greenbrier, first thing you got to do is get 9 yards and get a first down.
It's like when they bring donuts to the break room.
Yeah, exactly.
That was snuffed out and read very well by the Harlem defense, and that's going to be a loss of about 5.
Yeah, that was Bjorkman back in the game, but nowhere to go after he caught that pass. Matter of fact, he's going to lose yardage, and 3rd and long now for Greenbrier. This game, man, talk about the script getting flipped here. Greenbrier looked like they were going to cruise to an easy win, and Harlem said not so fast.
That's the tough thing about these opening night games. As a coach, you're just not sure.
Yeah.
You can do everything right in practice, and you're just not sure exactly how it's going to play out on Friday night.
And some guys just flat out, when the lights are on, they step it up. I mean, we've had a few guys stepping it up for Harlem here in the second half.
He was wide open. This Trupp had everybody beat, just overthrown.
Yeah, and the problem, their best target if they need to throw the football is Claiborne, who's not in the game. But, yeah, Trupp wide open, and that is a tough pass. You're trying to get it up above the defender's head and, just overthrew Trupp. Wide open on the play, though.
Guess who's coming onto the field, AB?
Well, that is the top punter of the year so far.
If anybody else in the area has a 70-yarder, tweet us and let us know.
And that is number 80.
Yeah, Keelan Pace.
Keelan Pace, the senior punter. And
No, bad to worse for the Wolfpack, and he'll do the smart thing and just kick it out of the back of the end zone. That'll be a 2 for Harlem as the safety, but could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, bad snap. It wasn't on the punter there. That snap was low and on the ground, and like you said, really heads-up play to kick it out of the back of the end zone. But all of a sudden, it's now 23-17.
So Pace there goes from a 70-yard punt to having to kick one out of the back for a safety for the Bulldogs. And Harlem will get the ball back, now leading by 6, 23-17. And it's getting a little late. 2:30 to left to go in this third.
Yeah.
Well, while we have a second, it's time for the time-honored tradition here on Game Night Live, the Stump AB trivia question.
Oh, gosh.
Are you set?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, Greenbrier's football team is in rebuilding mode under first-year coach Sean Tiernan, but this program has always fielded a state championship quality baseball team. Right now, arguably one of the best relievers in Major League Baseball is Nick Sandlin, former Greenbrier Wolfpack. Earlier this year, he recorded his first Major League save. Against whom did Nick Sandlin record his first Major League? And to this moment, only Major League save. Let you think about that at home.
All right.
AB will think I went a little easy on you.
I don't know that that's easy.
Week 1. I like to, sort of a scrimmage game for you.
And then I hear that there's a bunch of extra questions from Nathan. Y'all are just trying to end my season in week 1.
Bulldogs rolling right now. And it's Holcomb on the return, feeling it across midfield. Holcomb in a head of steam across the 40, dragged out at the 39. And you can just look at this stadium right now. The Harlem side is bouncing and jumping, and the Greenbrier side, everybody has really quieted down.
Well, they're deflated right now, and again, Holcomb just gets to the side, and you got to fight off blocks. Greenbrier players just standing in front of blockers. You can't do that.
It's so much about two teams. Like Harlem's coach has instilled his culture through years. Nobody panicked. He didn't panic when they were down early.
Yep.
Well, Arroyo for the dagger.
Ooh. Well, it was a low snap, and Arroyo had to pick it up off a bounce. Now we got another Greenbrier player limping, one of their starting secondary guys, Craig Johnson. He had the good coverage on the deep pass in the first half. If you're Greenbrier, that's a good thing for you. Anything positive, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
And maybe if you're Greenbrier, almost, and I know it's only the 3rd quarter, but the clock stops.
Yeah. Well, that was man, what a disastrous start to the 2nd half. 17-0 Harlem in the last 9 minutes and 47 seconds of this game.
Look at you doing math. Lot. And this time Greenbrier equal to the challenge. Couldn't tell who got the stop. There are a lot of green shirts in there on that one. It'll be 3rd and 8. So big 3rd down for Greenbrier. We are under 2 minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter. Arroyo airing it out again. He's got his man. Oh, and it's knocked out. Now we'll see if they say that's complete pass. I thought it was a football move, and I think it's a 1st down. Nope, they're going to say incomplete. And again, we have the benefit of the replay. They don't. Let's see. Woo! I'm sticking by my call.
Wow. Again, did you secure it fully? Man, these the referees have not had this is a tough week 1 with some of these.
Yeah, they've had some tough ones, yeah.
Again, I know I just said it, but it bears repeating. They don't have the benefit of the replay like we do. So that's going to go Greenbrier's way as they'll get the ball back. 4th and 8. Harlem to punt. Holder.
Pin them deep here, AB. Were you a little surprised that it maybe go for it?
A little bit with everything going their
38.
way. That just, to be honest, though, you know what I think that is? That's confidence that Mark Border has that they're in control now. He doesn't think Greenbrier can do a whole lot, and that Cole Trupp's holding his right arm as well. All the momentum on the Harlem side, and that's where you need somebody to step up. Claiborne maybe could be that guy. Bjorkman is limping a little bit. You got Trupp. Like I said, he was holding that right hand, it looked like. And that's their top 3 players. So that you need Braden Stevens to step up. Look, he was a starter last year. This is his 2nd year as a starter. He needs to step up and make a play. I mean, it's going to happen if you're going to win this football game.
The Wolfpack student section brought to you by the Payne College Lions. Not as rowdy as they were a little bit ago, but down 6 now. But hoping they'll have something to cheer about. If this offense can get something going. But Not on first down. Boy, the night and day, first and second half for this Harlem Bulldog team.
Oh, for
Very
sure.
impressive.
For sure. 2 3-and-outs for Greenbrier.
Well, you figure a guy who had 118 all-purpose yards, 32 rushing, 32 receiving, and 53 on returns is not in the field. And Greenbrier is noticeably different without Claiborne in there. Now you've got Trupp back in on offense. Well, let's see. No, he's not. Trupp is out of there.
No, he's on the sideline.
I don't know that again, you need him in on defense, but I'll just say, man, you think you can go both ways because you need him in there. They are different when he runs the football. Bjorkman did have the 1 touchdown earlier in the game, but right now he's going to go in motion, and there's going to be a flag down.
They'll hold everything.
No, they call timeout. Yeah, they got a timeout in, not a flag.
You gotta almost wonder if you can get Harris involved in some of the similar plays that you were getting Claiborne.
Well, and you do have Guyton who caught the touchdown too. But yeah, somebody's got to step up and make a play. I mean, when a guy's out, I mean, that's what Harlem had to go through with Baylor Davis not playing tonight. Somebody's got to step up and make a play.
Talked about the success of the Greenbrier baseball team. Let's talk about the flag football team, shall we?
Yeah.
As the football team is in rebuild mode, the flag football team, take you back to December, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. There come the Wolfpack playing Lithia Springs in the state championship game. And how about Maggie Pengel? Name sound familiar?
Yeah, just a little.
On the receiving end, one of the great Pengels that have come through this area.
Doing it on a bum ankle, too.
Yes, she did. Yeah. And the Wolfpack brought home the CSRA's first flag football state championship, 14-6. They went 19-1 last year.
Yeah, that was so fun, and that sport is growing like crazy.
Absolutely.
So I covered that game at Mercedes-Benz, and what I love about it is the pace of the game.
Yeah.
The game was like 90 minutes, I think.
And by the way, that's going to be an Olympic sport.
It is.
On the men's side
in 2028.
In 2028,
yeah, if you want a college scholarship, that is a great sport to pick up.
And that pass not on the mark, incomplete.
Going to bring up third down, 3rd and 9.
Well, Stevens is frustrated with himself, and they've got to find something here because right now it is all Harlem in the second half. Greenbrier led 17-6 at the half.
Yeah.
But touchdown and 2-point conversion, another touchdown and extra point, a safety, and Harlem in control.
Greenbrier has 6 yards in the second half.
Yeah. Well, and when you get in these 3rd and longs, then you take Trupp running the ball out of the mix as well. See if Stevens can complete one. They're going to throw a screen in the middle of the field, and it's incomplete.
And now you're basically punting from your goal line.
Punting from your goal line. The last snap was on the ground, and you had to kick it out of the back of the end zone. It can't get much worse for Greenbrier in terms of position. Luckily, it's only a 6-point game, but you've got to somehow get a good punt here. We know he's capable. We've seen that.
What's the term? It's getting late early?
Yeah.
So here comes Pace again. Greenbrier's return man standing in, or Harlem's return man, excuse me, standing in Greenbrier territory and calls for a fair catch at the 47-yard line. So great field position for the Bulldogs.
Good job holding on to that football, too. He had to come up at the last minute and snag it. That was Joseph Clark, who had a big play earlier in this half. So closing in on the end of the 3rd quarter here, and all of a sudden what looked like a Greenbrier win is Harlem certainly in control. But again, we saw the script's been flipped once. Let's see if Greenbrier can flip it again. The problem is they looked awfully tired on the last possession defensively.
The defense has been on the field an awful lot here in this 3rd quarter.
And a new quarterback in there. That's Coleman back in the game.
Coleman got the start. Arroyo has played most of the game. Coleman will keep, and that'll be the final snap of this 3rd quarter. So we're through 3 quarters, 12 minutes left to decide it. All Harlem in the 3rd quarter, 4th quarter coming up with the Bulldogs leading 23-17. Greenbrier student section brought to you by the Payne College Line. You can almost do a meme of the Greenbrier student section from the first quarter to now, and the looks on their faces as this game has gone from all Greenbrier to all Harlem here in this third quarter. During the third quarter, now into the fourth.
Sneak in the third quarter QBs.
Let's do it.
So Stevens for Greenbrier was 5 of 11 for 45 yards and a touchdown. He has 7 attempts on the ground for 35 yards. And Arroyo, 3 of 11 for 87 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, and added 47 yards on the ground. He's back in there now.
Brought to you as always by Culpeper Lumber, Ace Hardware. And Arroyo, as Nathan mentioned, to throw to the corner.
Wide open.
Wide open. Big gainer. First and goal. Bulldogs at the 4-yard line.
Well, Harlem, what a patient job tonight by the Harlem coaching staff. We didn't see them going deep early, but they saw something at halftime, and they are beating those defensive backs deep time and time again, and multiple people open on the plays, too.
38 yards to Futrell.
And you heard in the QBs by the quarter there a moment ago that he threw a touchdown, and you know, he's also all of a sudden on just 4 completions, approaching, what, 100 yards or over 100 now?
Yeah, he's definitely over 100.
Yeah, good play that time in the backfield by one of the defenders for Greenbrier. I think that was number 9 who did that for Greenbrier, Michael Van Meter.
Well, you mentioned early on, AB, that we knew Arroyo could run the ball.
Yeah.
But I think we were all surprised by his arm as the Bulldogs get into the in-motion red zone.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Harlem fan, I think you're excited, because if you didn't really know what you had at the quarterback position, I think you've got one now.
Well, and if you're Greenbrier, I can tell you those defensive backs are not going to have a fun practice next week, I'm sure. Because they've been getting beat deep, and that's the one cardinal sin of the corner. You can't get beat deep.
Little misdirection up the middle.
Now, this could be a really big stand for Greenbrier. If they can somehow hold them to a field goal and make it a 9-point game, then you're in business. A touchdown and a field goal, you're leading, but touchdown and extra point and a field goal. You just can't give up a TD, I don't think, in this spot. Not the way the offense is moving the ball in the second half.
Force a field goal attempt here. That's not automatic.
Not automatic.
Kicking woes tonight.
A big third down play here. This is the game right here for Greenbrier, in my opinion. You can't let them, get in there and score here. And then they may even go for it on 4th, because they're feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Back in at quarterback is Barton, throwing for the corner. And now a decision for Mark Boyder. Will he go for it on 4th and goal from the 6-yard line?
If you've got a kicker that can kick it, you got to kick it.
And it looks like that decision has already been made.
Yeah, you got to kick it with just a 6-point game right now. Tell you what, he's confident in his quarterbacks. He's not afraid to throw any of the 3 of them in there, although Arroyo's played the majority of the snaps and has had some big success.
In to try the field goal.
This would make it a 2-score game.
Yeah, this is a big kick, and it's all. But again, for Greenbrier, this is actually a win, even if he makes it, because it was not looking good after that big pass completion deep in.
Oh, and it's blocked. And it's a huge play for Greenbrier.
Dead ball now, blocked kick, and how about that? They are now just a touchdown and an extra point away from taking the lead back.
We will see if we can get a number on who got their paw in the air.
Massive play for Greenbrier. They've had 3 big plays. The Claiborne punt return, in addition to the touchdown run by Bjorkman. I couldn't see who got it.
Almost impossible.
What a play, though. They had the block kick, the long punt, the run by Claiborne, and then the touchdown run by Bjorkman. And, of course, Trupp has had some nice runs as well, although we haven't seen him on offense as much as we thought, because first game of the year, you need him on defense. This is a non-region game, even though, of course, you want to win your opener.
Yeah, I had a feeling you're going to see him on this drive.
I've
they
got
would
to
love to take about 9 minutes and punch this thing in the end zone.
Yeah, I would think, and he's out there now in the Wildcat formation with Bjorkman to his right.
We'll see if Taylor can track down who got their hand on that block kick. That could turn everything around for Greenbrier.
Here comes Trupp.
And here goes Trupp. First down, still on his feet. And AB, you said it in the first half. He's just almost impossible to bring down.
You know what I would do Monday if I'm coach? I go everybody in this school. I don't even care if they're on the team. I find me another linebacker so I can keep him on offense.
21-yard pickup for Trupp.
Yeah, I will find me a linebacker and say, all right, you replace him there because we need him on offense.
He had 36 yards in the first half.
It's not to say Stevens won't play some, but, man, Trupp running the football is fun to watch.
This time he'll give it up and pick up a 2.
I'm going to date myself a little bit. He's almost like watching a smaller version of Larry Zonka running the ball. It's nothing fancy.
Tom Rathman.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Stop made by Elon Rickerson. And number 34, Max Young. Short game of play, he's taken out.
Second and 7. And to pick up a 4 up the middle. Still a one-score game, 23-17. Clock ticks close to 8 minutes now.
Well, I got to tell you, just again, big third down play, but I didn't even think we'd be in this position the way the game was going. And now if Greenbrier can get a first down, keep this drive alive. It's 2 days, it's no doubt to me, 4-down territory. So that's not what you wanted, though.
About to find out.
That is not what you wanted. Big play there from Harlem. That is Levi Rickerson,
who's had a big game on defense.
Huge play. So now all of a sudden,
4th and 6 from midfield.
Yeah, I mean, you lose several yards there. That is not good.
So here we go. Could be the play of the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, you almost have to have it if you're Greenbrier.
And timeout Harlem. We'll take timeout with them. 7:03 left to play in the fourth. So here we go, 4th and 6 for the Wolfpack. Need to keep this drive alive with 7:03 left to play in the game. From midfield. And now another timeout, this time Greenbrier. So dueling timeouts here. We'll eventually get the play in. Real quick, one quick order of business. Want to give credit where credit's due. It was Ramir Cobb who blocked the field goal.
Yeah, nice.
He's had some nice plays for the Wolfpack tonight. Thank you, Taylor, for that piece of information. Let's go ahead and get our trivia question answered for tonight. Again, Greenbrier great Nick Sandlin, now one of the best relievers in Major League Baseball, picked up his first Major League save earlier this year, and to this point his only Major League save.
Well, the reason why they have the best closer probably in baseball.
This is true.
Yeah.
And so against whom did Nick Sandlin record that save earlier this season?
Well, I remember him getting it. I remember talking about it, and you're saying it's easy, and I know that he did pitch when they played the Braves interleague matchup, so I'm going to go Atlanta Braves.
The answer is?
There we go.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes, sir.
And,
yes, sir.
And we've got some video of Nick here. And so Nick is, when he pitched in that game, humble brag here.
Yeah.
I actually, for the first time, well, this is the Harlem State Baseball Championship. So this credit where credit's due here as well. We talked about the Greenbrier flag football team. Harlem back-to-back as state champions, 75-2 over the last 2 years. We'll talk more about them in just a moment. First, that big 4th and 6 play. Brady Stevens looking for it. He's got it. First down, Wolfpack at the 37-yard line.
I got to tell you, man, I did not have a lot of confidence on that play. What a play by those kids.
Elijah Harris in traffic makes that catch.
In traffic. Stevens, though, we've been talking about Trupp running the ball. Stevens had to elude a defender, rolling out, and puts it on the money. What a play for Greenbrier.
Wow. Huge first down. Keeps hope alive for Greenbrier. 1st and 10 at the Harlem 37.
And now they got Trupp back in there in the Wildcat.
And Sean Tiernan not happy, but he's going to have to burn another timeout. Something wasn't right. But it will give us a chance to close the book on the Harlem baseball team. Jimmy Lewis, unbelievable. 49 seasons, now 7 state titles at the age of 71.
The craziest ever. He went 37 years without a state title and then won 2 more. Now, he had won several.
Yeah.
And then he goes 37 years and wins 2 more. Unbelievable.
Okay, now let's take a look at that Nick Sandlin video that we prepared for you. And we talked about him being one of the best relievers in Major League Baseball. Yeah, it's his only save, but you talked about the bullpen that Cleveland has.
Yeah.
He is 7-0 this year with a 3.68 ERA, and he's been on the mound 53 times. So, I mean, he's their workhorse.
He is. And a lot of, they're doing well enough. If they were struggling, he'd be one of those guys all the other teams would have wanted to pick up at the trade deadline because he's got so many different arm slots and movement. And
I can tell you the Braves would take him yesterday.
Oh, he's just so tricky. And again, keep in mind, he was not even a pitcher in high school until his junior year, and he wasn't even in the starting rotation to start his junior year. And it was a game against Harlem that made them realize, hey, we need to give him the ball on a regular basis.
And I'm sure Nick's in the dugout somewhere right now listening to the live stream and listening to Cole Trupp pick up a first down.
Wow.
12-yard gain.
This is just good, hard-nosed football. And now Trupp is slow to get up. And oh, man, that is, not good news there. But
looks like he's all right.
The adrenaline's going. He's ready to go. What a game, though. First game night live, and it's, halfway through the fourth quarter, 23-17, one-score game, Greenbrier on the move. Didn't look like they were dead in the water just a few minutes ago.
Look, when you and I looked at the schedule, Trupp again on first down, and he was lucky to get out of there. Marcus Wheeler had him wrapped up in the backfield, but he's so hard to bring down. But when you and I and Nathan looked at the schedule for Game Night Live this year, we couldn't pick one that we didn't think had the potential to be a one-score game.
Yeah.
They all look like they're going to be good.
And Trupp's down again this time. Oh, he's got cramps. Yeah, he's mad. He's just got cramps.
He's played a ton of snaps tonight.
Well, he has, and that's why I say, in a selfish way, like, put him out there. But I get it now. I mean, he's worn out. There you see Coach Tiernan coming out there.
Greenbrier, by the way, out of timeouts after that last one that Tiernan didn't want to have to take.
Well, the good thing for him, he was able to miss the defender came running free into the backfield. He made him miss, luckily, because he's able to pick up, 3-4 yards or whatever and make it 2nd and 6 or 7 instead of 2nd and 12, 13.
Oh, that doesn't look fun. So while they tend to him, we'll step aside. 23-17, Harlem leads. And there you see the good news for Greenbrier. Cole Trupp is fine. Got the cramp worked out. He will have to come out for at least a play.
Yeah, I mean, Stevens is in. The one thing it does make Harlem do, they're not able to just pin their ears back and come at you. You got to worry about the pass a little bit with Stevens in there. Not necessarily when Trupp is. Yorkman quiet since that 37-yard touchdown.
He goes in motion. Stevens was looking end zone. Now going to have to tuck it and run it, and it's a good decision. First down, Greenbrier.
That's huge. Big play. I tell you, like I said, as much as we've talked about Trupp and what they should be doing on offense, give Braden Stevens credit. He had the huge third down completion a moment ago, and this time makes a great decision to hold the football and not throw it deep and runs for the first down. Wow, what a play. You got to give that kid credit on that one.
Needed 7, got 12. First and goal, Wolfpack at the Harlem 13-yard line.
Yeah. This is like it's a, battle for a playoff game or something.
It has that feel.
It's game 1. Crazy way to start the year.
And there's still 5:45 left to go. There's a lot of football left. Bjorkman. You said it, AB. Been a little quiet here in the second half, but nice pickup on first down.
Well, I know somewhere on the sidelines, there's a defensive coach telling all his secondary guys, if somehow we score here, for the love of Pete, do not get beat deep. Oh, man. The in-motion red zone this year. Heard from them during the halftime show.
And he's first and goal from the 6-yard line.
And you wonder, is Trupp perhaps ready to come back in? And Stevens, because you don't get
Stevens running like he doesn't want to come out.
Well, 3 doesn't help you. You got to get a touchdown, and it's all of a sudden 3rd down. It's luckily they can get a first down without scoring. It's 3rd and about, what is it, 2, Nathan?
Yeah, it's 3rd and 2, long 2.
So 3rd down and 2, you can score without, or get a first down, that is, without scoring. So you got 2 downs to get 2 yards. And again, Trupp unable to go because of the cramps. And so it's going to be Stevens and Bjorkman. You just can't suffer a loss here. You got 2 downs to get it.
Timeout, Harlem.
Yeah, Harlem wants to talk it over. And you know what that does? That gives them a little time to get some treatment for Trupp, because Stevens has played good, but this is Trupp territory right here. It gives him a little more time to be able to get him back out there. I'm looking on the sidelines to look and see him.
He's back out in the huddle.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, if you're going to run the football down here, you got to put the ball.
You got to put him back in, yeah. And he's out on the field. He doesn't look to be worried about his legs in any way. Had the cramps earlier, and it looked like he had him in both legs. They were stretching him out on both. Man, huge play coming up.
I wouldn't be opposed to putting him in the backfield and having both of them out there. So this is really key on one thing.
This is one of those games. No matter who wins the game, the other team has an argument like down. You know, if we play 10 times, we might beat you 6 or 7. Yeah. Exactly. If Harlem loses, and I'm not saying that, they can come out of this saying we were the better team. You know, they looked really good at times. What a game!
I agree with you. I guarantee you, Sean Tiernan and Mark Boyder are not interested in moral victories tonight.
Not at all. Not at all. They was, you know, for Coach Tiernan, obviously you want to win your first game. It's a region game. It's a rival. It's, you know, like I said, for these seniors at Greenbrier, they've never beaten Harlem.
Trupp is back in.
He is back in there. So you got 2 downs with Trupp to get 2 yards for the first down, 4 for the touchdown. And Harlem is going to be coming after him.
Everybody in the ballpark knows where it's going. It's Trupp. I think he's got the first down.
Yeah, he's got the first, not the touchdown. But that actually is good for Greenbrier.
Because now they can run the clock in 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah. So, and you would assume, barring a crazy fumble or something nutty, you would assume there's no way you can't get a yard or 2 with Trupp on 4 carries. And you know what? That's what would happen here with me. 4 carries for Cole Trupp. Let's see what they do. They got a stacked house over on that left side. And
Trupp behind a wall of green, pushing, fighting.
He's in there.
He's in.
Touchdown.
What a battle back. You got to give them credit. What a guts. It ain't over. And Harlem has showed they can do a lot on offense. What a gutsy comeback.
We begged for somebody to make a play. The blocked field goal and that 4th down pass.
Yeah, that blocked field goal, you mentioned, you know, who got the block. And what a big play that has turned out to be, because now Greenbrier can take the lead with the extra point.
Ramir Cobb.
Can
we give the McDonald's defensive player of the game to a special team?
He's played good in the secondary too.
Yeah, but I mean, that's definitely right now the play of the game.
Without a doubt. I mean, that is the play of the game. And Cole Trupp is still, you know, they can't get fluids in him fast enough. They're trying to stretch him out. They need him on defense.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to have him on defense.
No, I don't either, and that's what I'm saying. I go to one of those other backers, and I'm like, all right, the game's in your hands. Help us out here. Step up for your guy, Cole Trupp, who just got you a touchdown. And, again, I credit Braden Stevens. He made some big plays on that drive.
You bet.
Absolutely. Like if they win this game, his stats are not going to wow you or anything like that, but he made the plays to win him the football game.
And you know what he also did so far? He didn't make the mistakes. Mm-hmm. I mean, we talked about that. I mean, that was his Achilles heel last year, turning the ball over. And, man, what he did there on that play where he ran for the first down, guys in the NFL, Ben Roethlisberger and those guys with big hands can do it. He faked that pass and held on to the football. Man, that's so dangerous because if you haven't gripped a high school football, they're not small.
No.
And great play by him to do that and set Greenbrier up for the touchdown. And, You can see they're still trying.
Another cramp on the Greenbrier, so I can't quite tell who it is.
It's Trupp.
It is. So Trupp is.
Trupp.
He is.
Unfortunately,
that's what I'm saying. They won't have him on defense.
Unfortunately, he's icing his own kicker here a little bit.
Yeah. And how big is this? The extra point.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, somebody should have put him on their back and like ran him off the field here. Big kick coming up.
He is. I tell you, Trupp's just playing on guts because he hasn't been 100%
no,
at all.
We saw it on defense. You could see it on defense. Yeah. He was tired, and I think that's where the cramps came in, and then of course you need him to run the ball.
Yeah, I'd rather have my kicker sprint the 40 yards again and run out there last minute, so he's not thinking about it at all.
And that's tough. And anybody that's had those, y'all know how painful that is. Some of you haven't never even played sports, but you woke up in the middle of the night.
Oh boy!
That thing locks up.
If it gets bad enough, you get a full body cramp.
Yeah.
It's another issue of its own.
What a game!
23. And Keelan Pace. Picked up LeVon Simon for the biggest extra point of his young career. And I think the crowd told you the story. So Greenbrier back on top. They have taken Harlem's best punch. Well, a punch. We'll see if they have another one in the final 3:48 here. Don't forget, coming up, the post-game show. We will have the McDonald's offensive and defensive player of the game.
Now, I assume we're going to see Arroyo here, but I don't know. They've played 3 quarterbacks tonight.
Well, we could have an upset brewing at Evans High School, too. The Knights, last I heard, up on Thompson, 28-21 late. And by the way, I did get one of the Greenbrier coaches let me know it's Reamer Cobb.
Reamer Cobb.
I don't know how, Reamer Cobb.
All right.
So if he's going to be the player, if I want to get it right, he might be if they can hold on, he might be the defensive player of the game. Well, they need him to make some plays on defense here.
Wolfpack will start from the 23-yard line.
So the Bulldogs, 3:47 to go, so plenty of time.
We'll also have the Powerade play of the game as well as the hit of the game. All coming up on the post-game show, but a lot of business to take care of between now and then.
Oh, man, there is. And let's see who they've got in the linebacking spots, because Trupp is not in there. I know one of them is Aiden Chappell.
Got 44 out there, and it's like
37 is Aiden. I think 37 is Aiden Chappell. It is.
Arroyo throwing, about to hit the ground, gets rid of it.
Ball's out.
Ball is out. Greenbrier says they have it.
He's down.
The officials are saying they don't.
Yeah, well, the Greenbrier coaches need to get a hold of their defense because, again, they're calling him down. And everybody on the sidelines is thinking it's Greenbrier ball, but it is not.
Here's the Busby's instant replay.
Oh, and yeah, as he was going down, what a play. The ball, I don't know about that. The ball looked like it came out. Let's see that. If we can see that one more time. Watch right. Oh, that's earlier. Oh, no, that's live. Sorry.
Yeah, so it'll be third down. And this Greenbrier student section has gone wild. Here's your instant replay one more time. Well, it's just so hard to tell at live speed.
I mean, it looked like it came out, but again, we have the luxury of the replay. But man, it looked like that ball came out.
2nd and 10.
And the reaction of all the Greenbrier players and Harlem players made it look like it came out because the Harlem players were not arguing. The Greenbrier players were cheering. Big play there. Wow. 2nd and 10. Oh,
really nice tackle.
Nice play. Wow. That was Cobb, I think.
Let's see.
Reamer Cobb.
Yeah, Reamer Cobb.
Hey, he said, hey, I am the defensive player. But, you know, John, this just shows you, this game really encapsulates how big emotion and those emotional swings because Greenbrier looked dead in the water. It looked like Harlem might end up winning this one going away. And now they've got a chance here on 3rd and 9 to force a 4th down with under 3 minutes to go, although Harlem back to the air.
And they're going to get that first down.
Yeah,
nice
right
throw
out.
by Arroyo.
And a great job by the receiver of running beyond the stick, making sure that if the throw was, and it was
Ronald
of course,
Oliver,
a senior, 3-year starter.
If Harlem comes back, he can make a claim for the McDonald's Offensive Player of the game.
Arroyo, though, with a beautiful throw. He has really played well in the second half.
2.5 to play. And again,
Oliver again.
Oliver, out of bounds, clock stops, 2:26.
I don't think we're going to see that many receivers better this season on Game Night Live than Oliver with his route running.
And again, it was Ryan Claiborne of Greenbrier who stole the show in the first half, but before going out with a shoulder injury. That'll be another first down for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 at the 40, 2:24 to play.
I won't steal the thunder from Football Friday night tonight, but
wow.
Here's a big run.
Just wide
Tyler.
open hole.
That's right
Malik
up the middle.
Tyler.
That's where Trupp would have been. Yeah, good point, Nathan. It's right where Trupp would have been, but the cramps, he couldn't go. And you know he's going to be feeling nothing he can do. I mean, you saw him. He's been out on the field more than he's been standing up almost in this 4th quarter. But so 2:12 to go, and Harlem gets the big touchdown. And
40 yards for Malik Tyler.
And I think you go for 2 here, in my opinion.
You have to, yeah.
Back and forth we go.
And by the way, I'm not going to steal the thunder of Football Friday night, but we might have a big upset in Columbia County tonight.
That's what we call a tease in the television biz.
So you do want to tune in. I can promise you that.
Football Friday night, 11:35 over on WJBF NewsChannel 6. Kira Goldstein, Graham Lee will have that one for you, whichever one it may be. 2-point conversion is good.
That was big.
Jaquim Crawford, they pulled the fullback through.
So huge play for Harlem there. The Bulldogs now, that'll make it a 7-point game.
So now Greenbrier with 2:12 has to score and get an extra point.
Yeah. How about Arroyo now? 8 of 16, 164 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Yeah, and again, the second half, most of the incompletions were in the first half. Second half, he's been just dynamite.
Didn't complete a pass in the first half.
Yeah.
But has come alive here in the second. But still 2:12 left to play. You see the jubilation on the Harlem sidelines.
Well, and if Greenbrier is unable to come down and tie this thing up, they're going to look back at that fumble. They're going to look at Trupp being out of the game on defense. I mean, there's a lot of things, but the bottom line right now, you can't worry about that. The problem is, Trupp, can he go? And do you have time? I mean, again, you've got timeouts and you've got 2 minutes.
Wolfpack don't have any timeouts.
So they're out.
Yeah.
They're out. Okay.
I mean, Harlem's really dominated this second half.
They have.
281 yards to 86 in the second half.
And you go back to that last time out Sean Tiernan had to call, and he visibly did not want to have to do it.
Yeah.
Will that come into play here?
And again, we said
the ball.
Oh, Harris made something out of nothing.
He
there.
really did.
Got him to almost to the 20. So here's Braden Stevens again. Can he step up and make some plays for his team? He did it on the last drive. What a game this has turned out to be.
This is it. Yep, he's down on the field.
Well, Nathan pointed out earlier, one of the key things Mark Boyder said, we were talking about early game. He said early in the season sometimes just being in shape, you win games.
Yeah.
And not that they're not in shape. I mean, kids are going to get cramps, but we're certainly seeing it affect Greenbrier more. And that's not a knock on the coaching staff or anything. It just happens to be that those kids right now are
it's really all my fault because I said late
no
in the second
cramps,
half we hadn't had any cramps.
Well, I mean, you saw in the first half, Tiernan really tried to wait and use Trupp on offense until he had to because he was trying to limit his snaps.
Yeah. Wow, this is what a game though. I mean, again,
it's everything you want in high school football tonight.
Harlem was down 17-6 at the half. They have scored 25 in the second.
Yeah, last year was fantastic, and we're getting off to a good start this year.
Yeah. And you also said something earlier that, you know, Coach Boyder has been there now 5 years, and he's been able to build a system and instill it, and that's what Sean Tiernan's trying to do. And I'm going to tell you, win or lose, and I know he doesn't want any, you know, moral victories, but that drive they put together to come back and take the lead, I never saw that coming. I mean, and Stevens made the huge third down pass, made a nice run to get a first down, and then, of course, Trupp able to punch it in. But Harlem, you know, they come right back, and it was Arroyo. But, you know, it's funny. They were throwing, and that's how they were beating Greenbrier. And then they hit them up the middle. Not only that, they hit them up the middle with their smaller back, Tyler, who was able to break his second long run of the game.
Harlem first fielded a football team way back in 1910. If they can hold on to this one tonight, it would be the 275th win in program history. As Harris is helped off the field. And that looks like a little bit more than a cramp. So I hope he's all right. So here you go. Stevens in. No Trupp. 1st and 10 from the 20.
Well, can they answer again? This time around, they need a touchdown.
Oh, well, perfect. Really nice back shoulder throw and almost an even better catch by Bjorkman.
They got to go, though, yeah. No timeouts.
Harlem will let him take 5 yards all the way down the field.
It was 6. Stevens to throw again. This time complete to Guyton. The touchdown catch early.
They got to get up there and get ready. The clock will stop briefly to move the chains.
Under 2 minutes now.
Yeah, and they got time. They got some time. They're not a big hitting. You know, Harlem's been able to throw deep. We haven't seen Greenbrier really able to do that yet. Although
Stevens in trouble.
Yeah,
good decision.
Had to get rid of it.
Yeah, get rid of the football. Don't lose yardage.
Yeah, you can't take a sack.
No, cannot. Not with no timeouts. And 1:33. 93 seconds
93
left. There
seconds.
We go.
As Larry Munson would say.
That's right. The all-time greatest. Even as a like a Florida State, I can say officially he is the all-time greatest. There's nobody
without a doubt.
Yeah,
nobody.
If it was 93 seconds and Georgia was trying to hold him to the lead, it felt like 5 hours.
Oh my God!
He would.
And you would think he's having surgery while he's doing it.
If Georgia was leading, there's just not enough time. Then as soon as you take the lead, there's too much time.
Yeah.
All right, AB.
Harlem takes its last time, and why not? You got it to burn.
All right, hit you with my trivia question.
We've got the extras.
Here we go.
All right, bonus time.
So, of course, Tiernan's the 8th coach in Greenbrier history.
All right.
Can you name all 8 of them? And of course, only one of them has a winning record. But I think you've already kind of said that
Terry
earlier.
Holder is the winning record. Yeah, I'm going to go. Let's see, Terry Holder, Jarrett Troxler, Chadwick. Was it Scott Chadwick?
I'm just glad you didn't forget Troxler again after last time I gave you a trip.
Chadwick, Mickey Derrick, obviously Tony Kramer, and Tiernan. How many is that?
Got 2 more.
Oh, 2 more. What am I missing? I got Hunt.
I was going to say, you said Kevin Hunt.
Yeah, Kevin Hunt. Left. So I got 1 more. It was somewhere in that Chadwick. It was the guy that came from North Augusta. Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Brian Smith.
Yeah.
On 2nd and 10.
Get out of bounds.
Gets out of bounds. We'll stop the clock with 1:25 to play.
You know,
pickup of 6.
We're sitting here and saying gutsy, but again, Harlem, I can't. The backup quarterback, and I know he was probably going to play anyway, but he was not the starter, and he's been the guy that's done the damage for Harlem tonight. What a second half for Arroyo. Tyler with the big runs when he needed to. Oliver with some great catches. It's been a fun game on both sides. Yeah, Greenbrier has 1:24. They need, first off, they got to get a first down.
Ooh.
Oh, they had it there, but it's incomplete. So now this is it.
Excellent. First time he's been targeted tonight.
Yeah, this is it. This is the ball game. 4th down. They need 4 yards. get the first down, it stops the clock in all likelihood. You can get up there and you'll be near midfield. But they got to get 4 yards. They've got to get to the 46-yard line for the first down. If Harlem can stop it, this ball game is over, and Greenbrier has no timeouts.
80 seconds. 4th and 4. AB said got to get to the 46-yard line. Stevens, complete. First down. The drive continues into Harlem territory.
And the clock stops with 1:12.
Bjorkman on the receiving end.
Yeah, Bjorkman's a good-looking player, the sophomore. Versatile, can run it, can run out of the backfield and catch the football as well.
Clock starts with
going.
1:08 and now less than that.
Yeah, you got to get that snap. That was 9 seconds gone by.
Stevens being chased. Throws. Complete. Another first down.
Across his body, and it is a first down, luckily for Greenbrier.
That'll stop the clock with 55.
They need to get up there, though, and get ready to snap the football because they're not going to wait on them.
They need the touchdown and the extra point.
Well, will he go for 2 is the question, too.
Stevens. Over the middle. Complete. It's Exley again.
He's got to get down.
To the 21.
You got to get down there.
39 seconds.
Do you down it at all? That's the question. Clock is stopped at 39.7. It's about to start, though. Oh,
There it goes.
They got it there quickly that time, though, and he does.
And they will down it.
Woo. Wait, there's a flag down. Now you can down it out of the shotgun now. The new rule.
Yeah,
are they going to say
it's way back there in the defensive backfield?
Yeah.
Maybe too many men on the field for the defense.
Yeah, it's weird where the flag came. You're right. It's in the end zone almost.
Everybody on the
An
Greenbrier
illegal
side.
substitution on the defense.
Oh,
there you go. They were right.
Greenbrier.
5.
I got to tell you, man, if I was naming 5 or 6 guys coming into this game, I probably would have overlooked Braden Stevens, even though he's the quarterback. What a gutsy performance from him. He's got Greenbrier possibly in position to tie this thing up. What a game to open Game Night Live's 14th season.
Listen to this crowd with 35.4 seconds left to go. From the 19, Stevens.
Oh, that's a tough
Another
one there.
first down. That'll be 1st and goal for the Wolfpack.
I was going to say that was close. If it wasn't a first down, that clock would have been running. They've got to get up.
29.1. Clock
It's running
starts.
now. It's running. They got to down it.
25 seconds.
They've got to down it. And they're not. They're going to run a play.
20 seconds.
Man, they wasted so much time. This
15
is tough.
seconds. Stevens for the end zone. Broken up.
Now that
Clock
stops
stops
the clock.
12.3.
That was nearly picked off. Great play by the safety to come over and almost take that one. Now we got a Harlem player banged up on the play. He looks like he's hobbling. He's going to stay in there. So the clock stops, 2nd down, but the bigger thing is, what do you have? 2 plays probably here?
2 at most.
2 plays to get into the end zone just inside the 10-yard line at the 8. Wow. Couldn't have asked for a better game tonight between these two.
Stevens, end zone again. Touchdown!
Oh, my word.
Peyton Guyton, 2nd of the night.
Do you go for 2?
Go for 2. I don't know if they agreed if they would play.
Sean Tiernan would be the hero of heroes if he's gutsy enough to do that.
I don't know if they agreed to play overtime because they're not in the same region.
not in the
So
same region.
do you want to tie or do you want to go for
The
a
coaches
win?
are saying 2.
They're bringing in Trupp, too. Cole Trupp's coming in.
Do you have a jump pass or a throw or something for
I
him?
don't know. Well, they're going to go for it. They are going to go for it.
And number 22, Trupp. Takes the direct snap.
Oh, flag
man.
down. That might force him to kick it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they got to kick it. What a wild game. I will say this. I did not see Greenbrier scoring 2 touchdowns to get back in this thing. Harlem looked like they were in control. Arroyo was moving them all down the field. But both teams playing their guts out. Just love it. So Greenbrier now, this is a huge kick all of a sudden for this youngster. He was thinking, all right, we went for 2. I'm off. I'm good. Now he's got to boot one here from 25 yards.
Levon Simon.
That's good.
We are tied.
Yeah, I don't know if we would play any overtime or not.
Well,
7.7 seconds remain.
And Nathan brought up a good point. It's a non-region game. Did the two coaches agree to an overtime, or are we going to have just a tie game unless something happens in the final 7.7?
It's a long 7.7.
Yeah.
I don't know if they agreed to it beforehand, but you probably ask them now if they want to win the game.
I think they would play till midnight if you asked them right now. How about this for opening night of
Unreal.
Game Night Live? Squib kick.
So we
Taylor
just
Newton tells
heard,
us from the sideline there will be overtime.
If we need overtime. If we need it, 7.7. So we'll
hey,
see.
I got nowhere to be. College football hasn't started. I don't have to be in Athens at 7 a.m.
I don't either.
I don't remember the last time we've had an overtime game on Game Night Live.
It's been a minute.
I'll tell you this. It wasn't one that was this exciting. I don't
believe
care if
we
it was
had
overtime or not.
I believe we had a Burke County Thompson game a few years back. But I could be mistaken.
So I'm former Greenbrier basketball coach Casey Heckenthorn's texting us. Yeah. So the coaches have agreed to overtime. We know that. But the new overtime rule that it does start at the 15 for each possession. The second possession, they've got to go for 2. And the third, they try from the 3-yard line 1 play. So
it's kind of
if it goes to OT.
It's a modified version of the college.
It is, yeah. The fact that we're in overtime is wild because
this is Austin Luke on the return, and the clock will stop with 1.4 seconds.
No, hey, if I'm Greenbrier.
But if you're a Harlem coach here, you got 1 second. Are you worried about something bad happening here? Or are you taking a shot on the last play?
That's where you beat them. You beat them to death downfield. I would let Arroyo throw it.
I think they're taking a knee.
Pretty much everybody in Evans
Everybody
is back
is
for
sending
Greenbrier.
Everybody's sending me messages. Wow, what a game! It's true.
It has been a treat, and we're not done yet.
Yeah, just take a knee and go into overtime.
Let's play some more, boys. 4 quarters, not enough to decide this instant classic between Greenbrier and Harlem. And we head to overtime, tied at 31 apiece. Headed to OT at the Wolf Den. AB, hit him with those OT rules one more time.
Yeah, so the teams will start, the overtime rules, they will start at the 15-yard line. The second, if both teams score and get their extra point, the second time you score, you've got to go for 2.
Still from the 15.
Still from the 15. The third time, if it's still tied, the third overtime, you get the ball at the 3-yard line 1 play. And if you both score, you keep repeating that until somebody wins. So,
wow.
Wild, fun overtime. It's a shame that anybody has to lose this game.
Absolutely.
And especially this way. But somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. That's life. Sean Tiernan talking to the officials now. And he was going for 2. He was trying to win the football game. The penalty made him, kick that extra point.
So, for the second time tonight,
if I'm
we'll have a coin toss.
If I'm Greenbrier, I want the football on this coin toss.
Keep that momentum going.
Yeah, sure. What a game, though. Harlem and Greenbrier have come in here and played their guts out.
Somebody's going to call the same coin, And whoever wins the toss gets to choose either offense or defense. And the other team chooses what end we're going to play on, and we're going to play on this end. I'm going to go ahead and choose that for you, okay? So do y'all have any questions? We start on the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Everybody gets a possession. On the second series, if y'all both tie after the first one, you have to go for 2. And if you're tied after 2 series, we only do 3-yard line from then on. Yeah. Alternating plays from the 3-yard line. Yeah. That's the 3rd overtime when we get there, okay? Y'all got any questions?
Yes, sir.
I want to tell you, y'all have done a great job. I mean, it's a great football game. So, okay, again, who's going to call it? You? 5? The 45 is a head, and that side's a tail with the capital on it, okay? What do you want to call it? Heads? Called a head, and it came up a tail. Okay. So Harlem's going to get it first. Yo, you guys are on defense.
So Harlem will have the first possession from the Greenbrier 15-yard line. No time on the clock. Everything's untimed in overtime.
Here's where we've talked about how clean a football game has been in terms of turnovers. This is where they absolutely kill you. Can't have one here. Harlem, you would assume you're going to see Arroyo, although they've been pretty gutsy about putting in their backup, the other quarterbacks, whatever. But Arroyo has been the star on that offense for sure, along with Tyler with a couple of big runs. But Arroyo's been the guy that got him back in this game. And he is out there.
Yeah, 2 of the biggest plays of the night, they went to the 3rd-string quarterback.
Well, and I'll tell you, Jordan Lott, no joke either. Tyler, Lott, Oliver, and Arroyo all have been big. And also
Jaden Futrell.
I was going to say Futrell as well. So
they'll scrimmage from the south end of the stadium.
And it looks like, is that Futrell that's one-on-one up top of the screen, on the left side of your screen?
It is Arroyo.
It's a lot.
Met by Bjorkman at the 12.
Yeah, Bjorkman came up and closed that hole quickly. Is looking to see, and Trupp is out on the field. Well, I see. Is that 22? It is. Yeah, Trupp is out there. But
his family's sitting 2 rows in front of us at the press box. I didn't realize that until about 5 minutes ago. You know how I know? They have Trupp shirts on.
Oh, his older brother, AJ, was a great baseball player here. Signed at Georgia Southern after his playing days at Greenbrier. We go to Lott again. Nowhere to go. Nowhere
Trupp
to go
in
that
there
time.
on the tackle.
A big 3rd down play all of a sudden. And this 3rd down, they've got to get a good 7 yards here.
Wolfpack crowd to its feet.
Oh my gosh, Greenbrier crowd is in it. This is a huge play, and I think you got to go to the air with Arroyo here, right? I mean, the way Greenbrier has stepped up. Now Tyler,
it's a little curious to me that Oliver is not on the field.
Yeah, Malik Tyler is in there as the running back. I think you almost have to throw here with Arroyo. Let's see what they do.
Oh, good.
Need to get to the 5.
Oh, and it's offside. So now, instead of needing 6 or 7, they're going to need about 12 or 13.
Still 3rd down.
So 11 yards, check that. They're going to be at the 16. They got to get all the way down to the 5. So 3rd and 11. And you're right, Oliver was not on the field.
Now he's
coming out. And
they're changing quarterbacks as well.
See, I don't know about that. Arroyo's been the guy, but they're going to bring in Brent Coleman.
Who started
the
game.
Look, there's a reason he was the starter. He's obviously capable. But, man, I don't know. Arroyo had the hot hand. Let's see what Coleman can do, though, on this big 3rd down play. He's going to run it. He is going to run it.
Needs to get to the 5. He'll be 4 yards short.
Now what do you do? 4th down. Wow, I got to tell you, I did not see that play coming. I did not see that.
I mean, I
Picked
think
up 7.
You call that play, you're definitely going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
Each team does have a timeout. And Harlem will use it. 4th and 5 from the 5. Excuse me, from the 15. No, my math's terrible. Sorry, guys. Working on it. From the 10. Could have just looked at the marker instead of trying to do math on a piece of paper.
Wow. Hey, you remember, it was a 4th and 4. We thought Greenbrier was dead in the water.
That's true.
And they completed it and marched down the field and scored. What a game, man. This is awesome. This is what high school football and what it's all about. You got the cheerleaders, the bands, the crowd.
The Tomahawk Chop, which you and I like for different reasons.
Yeah. But you got the fans going crazy, packed house, Columbia County rivals. What a way to start the year. Big play here. 4th down, the game on the line.
Again, the line to get is the 5.
And they're leaving Coleman in there. See what he can do.
Timeout, Greenbrier.
Tyler.
Or he did get the timeout.
Was the back, but
yeah.
Now Greenbrier's called its timeout.
Tiernan was running on the freaking out like he was trying to get the timeout, and they weren't calling it. So
this would probably be a good time to remind everybody that you can see the encore presentation of WJBF Game Night Live each and every Sunday afternoon at noon over on WJBF News Channel 6. And
we might still be playing.
We might still be playing. I hate to say it. It's tomorrow at 12 this week. Okay, it's Saturday this week. All right. So mark you down your DVR or whatever you have, your streaming service. Tomorrow at noon will be the re-air this week. And unfortunately, one side of this stadium is going to save this game for a long time, and another side of this stadium is probably not going to watch.
It's cliche, but you hate to see either team lose.
Really
I mean,
do.
they've both played their tails off, and now it comes down to, can Greenbrier hold them from getting 4.5 yards? I mean, that's what it is. And if they do, Greenbrier's got a great chance. It's not over,
It's not over
but
if Harlem
Greenbrier's got a
doesn't
great
get this.
chance to win. So Harlem with Coleman in there, Tyler to his left. Coleman picked up about 6 yards on the last carry.
Got to get to the 5.
He's going to
Coleman will
throw
throw
it
for it to the corner. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Harlem.
Wow!
That's Futrell.
What a game.
What a
Jade
throw.
Futrell has had, and yes, what a throw.
What a gutsy throw on 4th down by Coleman, who had
just dropped it in a bucket.
And Coleman had to be sitting over the sidelines thinking he might have lost his job, and all of a sudden he's back in there in a key spot with a touchdown pass. This is a wild game.
So they didn't.
Now, big extra point coming up. Harlem has missed an extra point and had a field goal blocked. This is a big, big kick for Will Holder. And we know he can come through in the clutch. We've seen it in baseball.
Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good.
All right. So now it's on Greenbrier now. Can they score from the 15? What a game.
I don't know what else to say.
This is unbelievable. And there were some good games around the area tonight. By the way, Football Friday Night, watch it. You're going to hear some amazing scores and some fun games. I don't know that there's going to be any like this, though.
11:35, WJBF News Channel 6.
Yeah, this is going to be right up there with one of the all-time greats of Game Night Live.
This
I know definitely Midland Valley, North Augusta was great, but this is
up there. Yeah. This is reminiscent of that game last year.
Well, at least I'm here for this one. The one game I missed last year. One game, 49-48.
Timing is everything.
Yeah. So here we go.
Yep.
Cole Trupp is in there. So Cole Trupp in the Wildcat. Yorkman to his right. And Greenbrier trying to tie it up in the first overtime.
And it is Trupp.
A little hesitation there slowed him up, and he's going to lose yardage.
Now, see if they go back to Stevens.
Do you go back to Stevens? Do you go back to Stevens?
I think you do. He's played incredible. I mean,
and here he comes. Good call by Nathan. Here he comes. Trupp's coming out. Stevens coming in.
Loss of 2.
And I
for
think
Trupp.
I think you've got watch Bjorkman, and then he's been able to hit his target tonight when he's needed to.
Boy, this is a time when you really wish Ryan Claiborne was in the game
for
if you're
sure.
Greenbrier.
Yeah, for sure. Braden Stevens Trying to come up in the clutch again as Greenbrier's down in this overtime by a touchdown and an extra point. Well, the play blown dead.
Delay a game. That's the only problem sometimes when you change quarterbacks.
Oh,
yeah, they almost got unsportsmanlike.
They almost got
penalty,
it. Yeah, Stevens threw the football. He was mad. Now, he threw it towards the ref, but the ref could have thrown the flag
He
here.
threw a
I'm
missile
glad he
towards
didn't. I'm glad he didn't, because that would have been a bad way for this to end. We've had a couple of close calls, and I know I've had some folks texting and messaging saying the calls went Harlem's way. Look, this game's been great. The referees did not decide this game.
Absolutely.
But
Stevens in trouble, gets rid of it.
Wide
open. Craig Johnson.
Touchdown.
For 6.
Oh, saying he's down? They're saying
Wait
he's
a
down.
second.
Oh, wow. Wow. Are you kidding? They're saying he's down? It was close. Let's see. They've had a lot of close calls.
Great play by Stevens to get rid of it.
You got to dive for it. Oh, I don't know, man. That is close. He's right there. He's right there. Either way, they've got the ball at the goal line, and now Trupp has come back in. I know one thing. If I'm Trupp, I'm not hesitating like I did on the last one. They gave Harlem time to get to him.
No hesitation this time.
He's in.
And Trupp's in for 6.
This is unbelievable. If you'd have told me these two teams were going to score in the 70s.
1 for 2 again.
Oh, wow.
They
are.
Wow.
They're going to try to win
Sean
it.
Tiernan wants to put this thing to bed right
They're
now.
going to try to win it. Last time they went for 2, a penalty forced them to kick.
He may know he's got a tired football team,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. And you know he's got Trupp, who just easily got in from the 1. Now, this is backed up slightly, but they're going to keep Trupp. So you know they're going to run the football. Can you stop him from getting 2 yards? That's the question. I love the gutsiness of Sean Tiernan to go for it. You can second guess him all you want. I like the call.
From the 3, Trupp.
He's not going to get it. The game is over.
Harlem wins.
What a game. I like him going for it, though.
I love the call.
I do, too. 38-37, the Bulldogs will get the win. Their 4th consecutive over Greenbrier. What a finish.
Dogs on top. Harlem, 38. Greenbrier, 37. And I'm going to say it again, AB, in a game, it is an absolute shame anybody had to lose.
Absolutely. What a game.
Yeah, you feel for that Trump kid. He left it all out there.
Yeah, he did.
He really had 2 or 3 different times he cramped up during the game.
Well, and if you had the fumble that maybe didn't go their way, then you had, Claiborne out. But again, like Harlem, they played without Baylor Davis tonight and still got the win. So, wow, what a game.
An instant classic. And again, you can see it again tomorrow at noon on WJBF News Channel 6. And down on the field with the victorious head coach of the Harlem Bulldogs, Mark Boyder, is Taylor Newton.
All right, I'm here with the winning coach, Coach Boyder. I mean, what are you feeling right now? This was crazy, overtime win. You held them to 86 yards, this 275th win in program history. How do you feel?
I feel great. Obviously, hats off to Greenbrier. They gave us everything we could take and more. Great game all the way around. We were highly motivated after Ashley Brown picked Greenbrier to beat us on his Facebook post today. That motivated us. But, Greenbrier is going to have a great season. I hope that this test is going to propel us to have a great season, too.
Absolutely. That was my next question. What is your goal? What do you want to take from this game to send you forward?
Well, I think the goal is, we had to come from behind. It was a back-and-forth game. We faced adversity the entire time. So there's a lot to learn from this. There's a lot to fix from this. But it just shows that our guys are resilient, and we're going to need that moving forward.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with your offensive and defensive players of the game.
I see the Harlem Bulldogs having a team meeting after probably just need to catch their breath after one of the best games we have ever seen on Game Night Live.
Coach Boyder calling me out.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, who could he be talking about, AB?
Well, I did pick Greenbrier. And I did say.
You said close game.
It would be. I said close game. I said it would be a mild upset because they've lost 3 in a row. But what a game. And you got to give Harlem credit. They also played without Baylor Davis, and they had several guys step up. Futrell, Arroyo, Tyler. I mean, you name it. What
Tough
a
to
game.
narrow it down to our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game, but we've managed to do it. And for that, take you back down to the field and Taylor Newton.
We are here with those two guys right now. Ronald, let's start with you, defensive player of the game. You held them to 86 yards that second half. How does that feel? What was working for you?
It was amazing. Our run defense was good. Our pass defense was amazing. We didn't let nothing up in the air. Our DBs are probably our best part of our defense, you know.
How did it feel going into overtime? The momentum was on your side. How were you feeling?
I was feeling a little tired, but got to push through adversity, you know, and come through to win.
All right, congratulations. I'm going to move over here to the offensive player of the game, Giovanni. I mean, come on. Y'all scored 25 in the second half before overtime. How did it feel to come out here and play like that?
First of all, I want to give all glory to the Lord, but I just don't know. You know, I think all my linemen, my teammates, even though we were down, we never gave up. And, you know, just to be out here, you know, people were saying that we were going to lose this game, and, you know, to come out here and to prove them wrong, it's just, you know, it's a good confidence booster, you know, as we go on to the season. I hope people start to realize that Harlem is no joke, and, you know, I hope that people know that I'm here to stay. So
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. Congratulations. Is there anything you want to add? I mean, this is the 275th win in program history, and y'all are a part of it. This felt like a playoff game. How did that feel?
Felt amazing.
This was the first time. This is the first time we beat Greenbrier straight 4 times.
4 times.
So
I ain't
you know,
never
clean
lost.
sweep. We ain't never lost to Greenbrier. So it feels good.
All right, congratulations. John from McDonald's has your plaques. I'm going to send it back up to John and AB to hit the last part of the game. Thank you so much.
Taylor, thanks, and Ronald and Giovanni, congratulations. Well-earned McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game. And look, it's impossible to wrap this thing up in a nutshell of what we've seen over the last 3 hours, but I'll start with you, Nathan, your final thought.
Oh, I mean, just an incredible game. After somebody else said somebody picked this, I wonder if AB made the pregame speech in the locker room before. But just fantastic game.
Hey,
both teams,
I made it.
Yeah. But both teams looked like they had lost the game and they came back. I mean, just fantastic.
AB?
Well, I mean, like I said, you hate to see anybody lose it, but what a game. And Harlem, they were down 17-6, Greenbrier in control, and they absolutely took over from that point. Then they had to withstand Greenbrier battling back. It was an awesome game, and I give, you know, both teams a lot of credit for coming out and playing that type of game in week 1. And it was a clean football game. You know, you had a few penalties here and there, but not many, and you didn't have no turnovers. I mean, it was just a great football game.
So if you missed any of it, you can get a recap on Football Friday night coming up at 11:35 over on WJBF NewsChannel 6, and we will wrap it up for you as well and hear from the coach. If you missed any of tonight's game, you can catch it over at 11:35. All right, got some more hardware to hand out tonight. We will start with the hit of the game, and this was a hard-hitting game to be sure.
Yeah, there were a lot of them.
We'll see which one we chose. That's the play of the game. Okay, we got him. We'll do it this way. We'll do the play of the game first, which was Cole Trupp in there. And I think
that forced the overtime.
So which put us in the situation. Of course, Harlem was able to come out victorious in overtime, but Cole Trupp will get the play of the game because at that point they had to have that play in order to force overtime, and Cole Trupp came up big. So that's the play of the game. Now we'll move on to our hit of the game. That was the Powerade play of the game, as it were. Great to have Powerade back with us this year. Mark Tiernan. If you look at those players, look at the looks on their faces.
Lot to build on.
Lot to build on. No reason for any of them to be hanging their heads, and it's good to see that they are not.
And the hit of the game,
yeah,
the last play of the game that stuffed it and won the ball game. And you see who was right in the middle there, Ronald Oliver. Great play there to stuff Cole Trupp, who had a great game, but Harlem gets it done when they needed to on that play. Also in there, I got to give credit, Levi Rickerson was right there too.
And he was in our discussion for the McDonald's defensive play of the game. All right,
sure.
One more piece of business to take care of for you tonight, and that is our QBs by the quarter, brought to you as always by Culpeper Ace Hardware.
Yeah, Stevens for Greenbrier in the losing effort finished 13 of 22 for 127 and 2 touchdowns. Really made a lot of big plays in that fourth quarter. And then on the Harlem side of the ball, definitely Arroyo was 8 of 16 for 164 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So that'll just about do it for us from the Wolf Den tonight. one of the best games we have ever seen, and you can see again a recap Football Friday night. AB's teasing some upsets and some surprising tight finishes on Football Friday night, and we're within a half hour, right at about a half hour before they get going. Graham and Kira at 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6. We'll be back with you a week from tonight. You can see the encore presentation of tonight's game tomorrow at noon on WJBF News Channel 6. 1 week from tonight, I don't know what we can do for an encore, but we will be in Thompson, North Augusta at Thompson in Game 2 for Game Night Live. Your final score again here tonight, the Harlem Bulldogs 38, the Greenbrier Wolfpack 31. For Nathan, Taylor, AB, and our entire WJBF Game Night Live crew, I'm John Hart. We'll see you 1 week from tonight from the Brickyard.